This is a different court, Blair.
Same result, Slay.
Oh, okay, Blair. See, that's Tyler Tanner. See, Tyler Tanner's in the house now.
Let's see what you got. Jerry's out, Blair.
Blair, come on. Okay, Blair, just come sit down. Come on, Blair. Blair, stop. You're going to get hurt. Blair, get off the court. That's enough.
What's the verdict, Blair?
The courtroom is where I play ball.
Boy, Durham, injury law, and that ain't got no roof.
The guaranteed offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. You go to our website, you fill out a quick form, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house, there's no showings, we pay all cash, we close in as little as 21 days, stress-free. We've helped thousands of homeowners just like you sell your home the hassle-free way with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate.
.01, good morning from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Down studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. The Spurs got on the board in the NBA Finals with a 115-111 win in Game 3 at Madison Square Garden. Victor Wembanyama, 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. It ends a 13-game playoff win streak for the Knicks, who now lead the series 2-1. Game 4 is tomorrow night at MSG. Tonight in Vegas, the puck drops at 7 p.m. for Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Golden Knights lead the Hurricanes 2-1. Each of the last 2 games have been decided in overtime. In NFL news, the Kansas City Chiefs are signing cornerback L'Jarius Sneed on a 1-year deal worth up to $5 million. According to ESPN, Sneed returns to Kansas City just 2 years after the Chiefs dealt him to the Titans, where he played in only 12 games in 2 seasons. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
So who are Knicks fans blaming today? Are they blaming Wembanyama, who just about shoved Jalen Brunson's head into the court? Are they blaming Donald Trump for being in attendance last night and causing them a bunch of security issues? Who are the Knicks fans blaming for dropping the first, is that the first NBA Finals game at Madison Square Garden in damn near 30 years?
It is, since 99. I thought the Knicks were going to win this game.
I did too.
Until the clock hit zeros. Until that free throw at the end to make it a 4-point game with 6 seconds left.
But we talked about this yesterday. Like, I didn't know what game the Spurs were going to win, and there was no guarantee that the Spurs were going to win either of these games. But it's impossible for me to think that no matter how good the Knicks have been, that they were just going to roll through the postseason, the NBA Finals, like it's nothing. Because he's still an unbelievable player, and they have a good team.
Yeah,
like,
and they
may be a little early. I think most people would consider the Spurs ahead of schedule if you talk about this kind of stuff for the youth on the roster and the people that are key contributors right now.
It's not their time, quote unquote.
Sure. So it feels very much like the Knicks' time, which is what we spent, I think, a good portion of the show yesterday talking about. But I'm with you. I really thought that everything was just going to continue. The stars were going to continue to align in their favor. But at some point, the Spurs were going to win a game. And so that happened last night, and we will get a Game 5 out of this series, which is best case scenario, because that game was fun as hell last night.
I mean, Game 2 was fun as hell. Spurs should have won Game 2 at home, if not for some late turnovers and that late Knicks rally. So hopefully we get a series out of this. I'd love to see both the NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Final go the distance here. Like, the Stanley Cup Final is setting up to be one of the most thrilling at this pace in the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs, while these NBA Finals while they have a ton of juice, and I'm sure they're rating very well, and the Knicks are a huge story.
Oh, yeah. They have. I mean, I wonder what the finals are going to look like this year compared to like the last 5 years, especially. You can't even compare it to last year, right? Indiana, Oklahoma City.
No. It will dwarf that.
Yeah.
But it did feel like it was trending towards Knicks rolling. This is their time. This is their moment. And Victor Wembanyama said, hang on a second. 32 points, 11 of 18 from the floor, 2 of 4 from 3, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And the Spurs aren't going anywhere.
How about him being a bit petulant out there, being a bit of a villain?
Yeah, he's French.
Okay, but the French are passive aggressive. He just palmed Jalen Brunson's head like a basketball and shoved him.
Like in the first half, you're talking about the no call?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have been. I mean, that's a flagrant.
Yeah.
I don't know how they missed that.
And he's laughing afterwards.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think of Wembanyama as the bad guy. I think New York just turned on him. I mean, I'm sure the boos were loud for a number of different people yesterday at Madison Square Garden on a number of different occasions. But Wembanyama received the worst of it when they were doing the introductions, of course, because he's the best player on the opposing team. But I think that people are going to take a bit of a hateable turn on him if he wants to play this style of basketball. And I think it's going to get a little more chippy. I think if you're the Spurs, you feel insulted that everybody's just like, oh no, it doesn't matter who comes out of the West now. It's the Knicks' time, right? Almost like it's destiny. And you're looking around and be like, no, I'm 7'4". I'm damn near an unprecedented player in this sport. I'm going to take at least a couple of games from you idiots and enjoy it on the way to potentially one of the bigger turnarounds in the finals that we can remember. I still don't think the Spurs win the series.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder what the spread is for Game 4 at MSG. It is on Wednesday night. The Knicks are currently favored by 2.5.
And still favored to win the finals.
Yes.
For what it's worth. 615-737-1045. You want to chime in, you're welcome to do so. How about Kevin?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Well.
If you are a betting person, an NBA script was leaked yesterday, and I seen it online, and it had the game last night being close. The next game, the Spurs are going to blow the Knicks out. The Spurs, according to the NBA leak, will win the series 4-3. And like I said, if anybody's out there betting after last night's game, I would bet on the Spurs winning the series. But they said that it's a scripted game, and it was leaked yesterday by the NBA. Y'all have a good one.
Oh.
Where was I was going to say.
Makes sense.
Do we wait till the end? How does the X-Files music work? I don't think I've ever actually seen an episode of the X-Files. Like, I know the music is iconic. Have you guys seen the X-Files?
I've never watched an episode, no.
But you know the music.
Of course.
I think it's just the theme song. They don't play that when something happens, I don't think. Or do they?
Makes sense.
Or does it?
That free throw discrepancy.
Okay. Well, I mean, a little bit of the Knicks.
Not a coincidence.
I know there's a number of different compilations being put out there on the internet because everybody, doctors these Twitter videos after the fact to show you all the times that the Knicks were called for a foul last night or something like that. The idea of a script, do we think he was kidding?
The caller?
Yeah.
I don't know. If he was, he did a very good job of making himself seem serious.
Because I do think there's a portion of the population out there that think professional sports is scripted. And that some photoshopped or chat GPT'd together image of an NBA Finals script being leaked out on the internet is something that you should be making your bets on.
Maybe Mike Brown thinks it's scripted after these complaints about the officiating after the game. Here's the Knicks head coach.
Opportunities for fouls to be called, to at least try to even the free throws out. Now, we didn't play good. San Antonio played great. We could have played better. There were a lot of things that we didn't do that we did in game 1 and game 2. But to go 24 free throw attempts in a second half, that's 48 for the game if you think about it the way that they called that second half, compared to 8. all the shots we took, we got fouled 4 times, roughly, for 8 free throw attempts. Again, I don't complain much. I never thought I'd see that in an NBA Finals game.
Makes you think.
I did hear back from Kevin, and he said that he was being completely serious.
Okay.
Oh. Makes you think.
No. I mean, I don't know. If I just don't want people giving out gambling advice on the radio because they're convinced that an NBA script leaked online last night.
Betting companies do. I bet betting companies are very excited about
the
a
betting
potential
company is the one leaking.
yeah. Oh, where did this come from? You know, we're probably not that far removed from that. How these betting Twitter accounts like post jokes and
That's actually a more believable conspiracy theory to me than, somebody just like the NBA actually scripting seasons or the NFL scripting seasons.
I told you all about this German influencer that is documenting his travel through the United States.
I hope this is real because it seems to be just genuinely wonderful.
It is.
I feel like I've seen his posts all over my timeline since you mentioned it yesterday. I just started following, and it's giving me life to see him, traveling across rural Georgia.
I mean, he is literally driving across the entire nation, going to Taco Bell and Wendy's
Excellent.
and the Georgia mountains and.
Going to be very disappointed to find out that European Taco Bell and McDonald's and Wendy's significantly better than American Taco Bell, McDonald's, and Wendy's.
God, don't let him go to Stone Mountain. He's like, this is Mount Rushmore? This is awful.
I did see one that like mural that's carved into the side of Stone Mountain that's highly problematic. You know what I'm talking about, Stone Mountain in Atlanta, outside of Atlanta?
No.
I do know. It is like it's the Confederate soldiers, so it's like General Lee and all, and it's like the South's. I'm using air quotes. Mount Rushmore.
It's a huge Confederate monument.
Look it up. It's actually like
now people go there every day for hiking purposes. I've done that hike. Yeah. So we have that just kind of sitting in the middle of. Outside of Atlanta.
Yeah, you think any tourists in Atlanta are mistaking that for Mount Rushmore?
I think there were some questions from several European Twitter accounts that I saw yesterday. I don't know how many of them are, spammers in Turkey that are coming up with all these AI big-chested women at the finals. Have you seen these?
How did you miss it?
It's like, did you see me at the NBA Finals last night? It says NBA Finals on TNT in the bottom.
Well, I bring this up because this German influencer...
NBA Finals on ABC for what it's worth now.
The next American Infinity Stone he collected last night was watching the NBA Finals at a Chili's.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Did he get the triple dipper?
I'm looking... in this picture, it looks like some sort of quesadilla, like salad plate.
He missed out.
But
a quesadilla salad plate.
I don't know. There's a bunch of quesadillas like piled on top of like some sort of Southwestern salad. But Warren Sharp quoted it and said, "There's a German guy named Freddie here for the World Cup. As far as I can tell, his meals on Monday were Waffle House at 1 a.m., Wendy's for lunch, Chili's for dinner, and NBA Finals Game 3. Little does he know he just earned his citizenship. That was the secret meal combo to unlock it." Someone's going to be at his doorstep with a passport.
It's like a publisher clearinghouse. Like, congratulations, you've won citizenship of the United States.
He's like, I don't want it.
Or he's just had a terrible, terrible bathroom experience. I can't imagine.
Yeah, that's tough. Gotta be. I hope he's young. You got to be young to have a whole day of just that being your meals for the day.
Like when you travel internationally, do you take those acidophilus pills, the yogurt pills?
I don't even.
Is that a real thing?
What did you just say?
It's
Lucas has got plenty acidophilus.
Especially when you're going
he doesn't
to
need any help in that regard.
It's I don't know how to spell it, but it's a bacterial adjustment pill essentially that you take when you travel internationally to help your body adjust to foreign bacteria essentially. And maybe it's just when I go to the Middle East, that's a precaution that we typically take. Maybe you don't necessarily have to do it for Europe. I do it for Europe anyway, just because every time we've done one of those Titans trips, I don't want to be sick with some kind of indigestion situation when they're playing the Chargers in London.
Well, this guy, by the way, is in Tennessee now. He spent last night in Chattanooga, and he is getting ready to drive all the way down to Texas, and he's going to go through Auburn to go to the Argentina friendly at Jordan Hare Stadium against Iceland.
I love that they're playing at college football stadiums.
Yes. So yes, it's fun to document. Where should he go? Where should he go in Tennessee? He went to there's some beautiful scenery in Chattanooga that he has already experienced.
Dolly World.
The Shoney's Buffet.
Got to take him to Dolly World.
Dolly World. It's a good submission.
Obviously, Hattie B's.
Hattie B's is should be at the top of the list, and maybe a Nashville Shores venture.
Did you say Shoney's?
with Robert?
Yeah, the Shoney's Buffet.
The one down the street? The new one?
The largest Shoney's on the planet? Yes.
Yes.
Acidophilus.
I can't get over that sign just sitting there. It looks like a sign
I
for
hope
a
it
Shoney's.
never goes away.
I hope it stays there.
We got to quit talking about it because they're going to figure it out at some point and get rid of that Shoney's sign.
They're going to buy it. Acidophilus, officially known as Lactobacillus acidophilus, is a beneficial good bacteria that naturally resides in your intestines, mouth, and vagina. As a widely used probiotic, it helps your body break down food, absorb nutrients, and maintain acidic balance needed to crowd out harmful pathogens.
Yep.
I learned something today.
There
There you go. Next time when we go to Brazil, Robert.
Indeed, acidophilus.
Acidophilus.
How do you
pills.
say that in Brazil?
I didn't know it was a thing in English.
Also, this is a callback, but I can't get this out of my head. How has there never been a giant offensive lineman whose nickname was Mount Rushmore? Like Rushmore.
That's the nickname for an entire offensive line, maybe, but you can't have an individual named Mount Rushmore.
Or maybe a
I don't
monstrous running back.
I feel like, I see Mount Rushmore would be good for a giant running back.
But Mount Rushmore connotes multiple. So if you wanted to call your offensive line unit,
Yeah, that's good.
Well, no, I think there was Mount Cody, right? Lucas's favorite Alabama player from his time at Tennessee. I think you could have a Mount Rushmore if it was like a big fat ass center in the middle.
Apparently, the quesadilla salad that I mentioned, according to the F&M Bank chat, Zoe Monster says it is the quesadilla explosion salad, and he highly recommends. This is the
I
type
want to
of
go
stuff.
somewhere where they have on the menu the quesadilla explosion. You couldn't catch me dead.
What is a more American experience than to take in the NBA Finals while eating a quesadilla explosion salad at
Literally
Chili's?
not American.
I thought you guys
Mexico's
loved
like,
tacos.
hey,
Exactly.
the hell.
Well, you know they love tacos. so-
Exactly.
Oh. So that's our NBA Finals segment. 615-737-1045 is how you jump in. Ramon Foster is going to hop in studio. The Titans did have practice yesterday. They have another one today. There's no media availability, so I'm not going. But Ramon went, and so we'll talk to him about what happened at Titans practice yesterday.
We were just talking about just sitting back and watching the entire world come to the United States for the upcoming World Cup, experiencing American culture. And for those fans that do happen to be driving through Tennessee, what better way for them to experience that than Hattie B's Hot Chicken? What better way for you to spend your lunch break than with Hattie B's Hot Chicken, or to fuel your watch parties this summer with the best hot chicken in the world? Do yourself a favor. Download the Hattie B's app now. You'll be amazed at how generous Hattie B's is when you start to stack up those rewards. When you download the app, you get a free dessert just for downloading the app and start to build from there. You can also order online at HattieB.com if you want to order pickup or delivery for your watch party. Get yourself a big old bucket of that juicy, crispy hot chicken, the jumbo wings, hot or not, whatever works for you. Maybe a couple of quarts of those scratch-made sides, the pimento mac and cheese, my personal favorite. You can also swing by any one of their Middle Tennessee locations for your lunch break today, whether it's Melrose, Midtown, West Nashville, Broadway, and coming very soon to East Nashville. Go to Hattie B's today.
Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. Ramon Foster is here.
Yay.
Makes me happy. We were not able to, they would not let me break loose of the radio show to go to Titans practice yesterday because there was no press conference.
I was expecting you, man. I'll be honest.
I know. Normally I laugh and I say, look at me, not working while the other two do my job for me. But no, without press conferences, I can't snake my way out onto the practice field yesterday and today. You were out there, though.
I was out there, man. It was a good time. Why do my headphones feel like they're deafened? Like, do they bring Savage down over here or something?
Oh, yeah. I think that one is like defunct. I think you got to plug it into the next one over.
Okay, I was tripping. I was like,
there's an actual short in that headset component. So I think if you switch your outlet, there we go. You know, I think Slay may have broken those. I think
it break them out of
when they talk about popping levels and stuff like that, Slay just literally through the roof.
Like, yes, absolutely, man. But I was there though. A little humid. Rhett told us it was like 70% like humidity after yesterday, or the dew point, whichever one
Disgusting.
it was. It was
I can't
swampy.
take you serious
It was
with that
swampy.
big ass.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? I have no idea what you're speaking of at this point.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, why are you so giddy back there, huh? Can you not do the job?
Sound like you talking into a pickle jar.
You sounded like me there for a second. Did you hear that? That man's been hosting a radio show for a little while. That little bit of entitlement in that.
I listen to y'all a lot. Y'all know I come and I call in and harass Bert. Can you not do the job?
One of us.
I'm getting closer.
That makes me happy.
I'm getting closer,
I know.
man.
I enjoy that.
I've
You and
told
I
you.
have had this back and forth for 5 years.
Clench my
at this
fist
point.
from time to time, man.
This is like in Step Brothers when the brother shows up and they're really bonding with Dale's dad.
Adam Scott. Yeah.
and Buck's like, I feel like there's this thing between us that we.
It's a trophy fish, so yeah, it's pretty
You
big.
ever fished off the coast of Bonita?
What's wrong with that guy? Have you ever chased the wild bonita? I would love to. I've never had the time.
I would love to.
Bonita fish big?
Damn it,
Bonita
Dale,
fish.
shut up. It's like, he can join in, Robert.
Meanwhile, his wife is hawking up her leg over urinals, just having a relief moment
Well,
there.
something's going to happen.
A
Something's
relief
going to happen.
moment.
We could sit here and quote Step Brothers for 20
We
minutes.
could.
Just the idea that she talked about taking a little version of him and putting.
Just shove you in a little ball.
Yeah.
I know you're there.
It's okay that mine's not movie quality.
All right. See, range. I bring it out with Buck. Look how happy he is. Did we just become best friends?
Hell yeah.
You want to do karate in the garage? It's a very notable signature on this
So
sword.
much room for activities. Welcome
in
to
this
the show.
mic boom, it is. Yeah, thank you, man.
Okay, so we're going to talk about this thing that you ordered.
we have to?
We're making you put it on your microphone out of shame. Sheer shame. What is this thing, this device that you ordered?
I've been trying to make sure that, hey, we have good quality in here. So I was looking for mic covers. And I got a bad problem, okay? My problem is this. I always want to go for the best thing every single time. If it costs a little bit more, it probably means it works a little bit better.
Oh, we really are best friends.
I told you. Just smile more than you do, okay?
And have a lot more money.
I do all right out from time to time, okay? By the way, the outdoor kitchen's almost done. I swear to you. I swear to you. We will have a major link up at the crib.
It's been brewing. It's been brewing for months and months.
No, this, I really, hit it again.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Thought I was
right.
going to run away from this? Hell no, I'm in here. I earned out this piece, okay? Let's go. But we will have a link up at the house, all the festivities and stuff you want. I'll make sure, listen, it's going to be a good time. But I went out and bought this mic cover. I could have just got the regular one. Like, who's got one on right now? It's just the regular fuzzy one.
No,
I said,
we raw dogging around here.
I would have left that one in here, the cheap one, okay? It's like, oh, we'll let the crew use it. Lucas uses it and stuff like that. And I was going to get myself what I thought was going to be a nice one. I didn't check the dimensions. I didn't check the product specification and details. And this one is
Buddy,
what?
it's the
The
depth-
size of your head.
It is the size of my head.
Yeah.
And I've never seen this. I thought it was going to be like the size of my fist. I thought it was
Even
going to
then,
be.
that would be a little oversized.
But I thought quality of the mic would be a little bit better. Wrong. This is for 1990s R&B groups right here.
You're just peering over it.
Buddy, you are, the way that you two-hand grabbed it and cradled it You are holding a mini Death Star.
Yeah, I am, man. I enjoy it. That's foolish me, man. Fooling his money, man.
The comment section is very much enjoying it. Ramon looking like Mr. Wilson from Home Improvement.
Yes.
We're the three best friends that anyone could have. Is that Darth Vader's speaker?
Yeah, I am.
Ramon talking into a Roomba.
I feel like it's got more of an echo now, but yeah, we're back, man, and let's do sports. Yes.
So there have been a lot. There's always going to be a hyperfixation on the quarterback.
Facts.
So I'm going to ask you simply, not opinions about things that I have seen or things that I've heard that other people are talking about. What have you seen from Cam Ward in OTAs?
I've seen his ability in his offense when it's quick, concise, and on point. Awesome. Electric. I'm talking about when the ball comes out, the accuracy is there. The way his wide receivers catch it and run in stride is absolutely there. I think this offense, watching him, I get why Dable would have crawled to Nashville to draft him last year.
Yeah.
I get that. Aside from the size difference between him and Jackson Dart, the way he uses Jackson Dart in the run, Cam, I think, is a better athlete than him with the ball in his hand. His decision-making is quicker, and I think this offense will force him to make quicker decisions with the ball, too, which plays into Cam's game. The whole sidearm, quick over the middle, slant, down the field when you ask him to from time to time, it's been good. Now, I know the discussion has been the incompletion side of his game where you want it to tick up. I viewed it differently yesterday. This time of the year is where you hash out your issues. Training camp is a little bit as well, but the physicality of it kind of adds a little bit different. Now you're allowed to make mistakes. Press this, try this, do this, act on these motions right here. Get uncomfortable, and I felt that's where the incompletions yesterday come from. Just looking at the first team versus Mitch Trubisky team. Let's go to Mitch Trubisky team first. Mitch was quick, sideline, over the middle, ball out of his hand, and under a second, I felt like, and they marched down the field, and it was a good series for him. As far as I remember, I hadn't seen him in a lot of live work, but that was, I think, one of his first times being on their offense like that, too. So you kind of want to get the ball out, catch rhythm. I thought Cam's scenario was more of a challenge. Cam, yesterday, and there was a lot of reporters there, others reported on, so I speak on it. There wasn't much over the middle from him. It was down the sideline, down the field, as if they were asking him, see how much you can press this defense. See how much you trust yourself to deliver the accurate balls down the field. The defense, I got to give it to them. They cooked. I walked off, the first thing I said to Will Bowling was, defense won today. Me, Rhett, and Will, and Brad Hopkins walking off, I said, defense won today. Cody Barton was all over the field. Kevin Winston made a pick on a play in which Cam tried to force it. That was, again, one of those moments. Can you get uncomfortable in these practices to make yourself better before training camp and before it gets real?
Well, and that's something that Lucas brought up earlier. I guess we were maybe in a commercial break or something like that. And a conversation that we've had with coaches a million times over, the longer that you do this. That may have been what yesterday was designed to be.
I think so, Buck.
You know, and that is the thing that I feel like, not even just Titans media, okay?
Yeah.
Media who have been doing this for an extended period of time, and I'm not here to wag my finger at people, but we know that coaches are trying to accomplish different things on different days of practice. Here we're going to have a red zone focus. Here we're going to have a third down focus. Here's going to be the blitz heavy day from the defense. We're going to light your ass up for an entire practice. It's just going to be blitz after blitz after blitz after blitz. So all of that context is important, and I wasn't out there yesterday, so I don't have an opinion on what Cam looked like. I've just seen 2 days of OTAs, and he looked fine.
Yeah. The first day when you saw him last week when we were all standing around, you saw more of the ball come out quick.
Yep.
He was concise with it.
A lot of screens.
Not a lot of holding on to it,
Yeah.
right? And they worked in the red zone yesterday. So what we don't know is this. Did the coach tell Cam, force it, go down the field, or did Cam choose to because they were working in the red zone, fringe red zone? So 25 and in is where all of his work was happening. Were they telling him, hey, force it for a shot? Or did Cam himself, now this is where the problem could lie, did he not take the check downs and, hey, the quick pitches to just move the chains for a new set of first downs? If that was on him, now you go watch film and correct that, Cam. We don't have to, it's not a feast every time we eat. Sometimes you're going to pick up some crackers and some ginger ale and just keep your day moving like it's just that. If that's a part of his game, that's still a good thing because he was here. I'm pointing to the tape like if they're watching the screen. He was here, Cam. That guy was there. You didn't have to force this. This is why I feel like Brian Dable and his crew can at least snap Cam in the shape and be like, you don't have to live this way. There's a better way in which you can operate, and that's kind of the way I saw it. Was just too much of a difference between the ones and the twos and how the plays I felt were called. That's the only reason I'm saying this.
Ramon Foster, 6 to 10 a.m. Ramon and Will is where you can listen to them on a daily basis. And, of course, this fall in the Titans radio booth. Is this the first time you've been on since all the new shiny things?
It is, man, most definitely.
Well, we're very happy for you.
I appreciate y'all. I've gotten a lot of love from the people that matter inside the building, so that's cool stuff. Man.
Absolutely. So
appreciate y'all's support, too.
We're looking forward to that this coming fall. Preseason not that far away.
We haven't talked that much about Jermaine Johnson and how big of an impact he will have to have for this defense since they acquired him from the Jets.
Was he out there?
Yes.
Yeah, What was your impression of Jermaine Johnson buzzing around at OTAs?
You see the difference. Like, there's been a good bit of buzz. Guys have made plays. I've told you guys about, one or two of the DNs that's been out there. It's like, okay, yeah, it's kind of cool. When Jermaine showed up, different story. He's chirping when he's not in, so he's feeding the young pups gunpowder that they're going with, but immediately his effectiveness on knocking down a screenplay was huge. You see the quickness that he has, too. Also, body size, like, noticeably, he looks like he's a D lineman, let me just say that first, but he looks like an outside linebacker, tight end type. Like, he's long, rangy. You don't see a lot of mass on him, but you see a lot of movement and quickness in his game. He batted down a screen ball, and then, of course, Cam throws like a flat route or out route, swing route, whatever it was, to Tajay. Could not shake him. Tajay could not get around him. Like, you see the athleticism. I don't say it as a diss. He just closed in on him, and by the time Jermaine closed down on him, the linebackers were there. Then the corners and the secondary was there, too. Like, he's good in space is what I saw. One of my initial reactions was, wow, you can tell he's 2 years removed from the Achilles. That was my initial thought process. And, like, the guy was a first-rounder for a reason. And the league does have a problem with first-rounders. They are forever going to give them opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. I would say just in the first time seeing him, I get why. Like, he's got a good bit of that it factor. If you put him with John Franklin Myers and Jeffrey Simmons, just those three up front, it's going to be hell to pay, at least with the amount of chaos they should be able to cause.
I'm cautiously optimistic about that unit. For sure. I think they've done a lot of different things to upgrade it over the course. And obviously we won't see any level of dividends until we get really to preseason.
Can I add to that too? When you bring it up, the dividends being paid by those dudes. It's been my contingency with young quarterbacks. You still have to give them time. I'm not saying that they're not without blame. If Cam is bad, he's going to be bad, okay? And you got to call it. We got to call it how it is too. But I don't think it's fair to Cam to think he should be at the front of the boat steering the ship right now though too. There's growth still to be had. There's pressure on him getting better that by the end of year 2, you should say, okay, now he's in that position. But this defense, as much money as they've spent, the amount of veterans that they do have, just how they've kind of brought in a veteran defensive play caller with Gus Bradley and also have Robert Saleh be a part of it as well, and just all of the vet bodies. Cam is just a co-star still. And I think if you go into the season thinking that or knowing that that is the case, then you have a better way of acknowledging what this season could or should be. If Cam pops, awesome. If his completion percentage goes way up, cool. But the best way to assist a young quarterback is with a run game and a good defense.
And an offensive line, where there are some question marks there. And you've been in the same position that someone like Jackson Slater is in now, as a young guard trying to prove your worth, fighting for a starting spot. Not full contact, not full pads out there right now. If you're Jackson Slater, what are you trying to prove right now? What's the most that you can do in the eyes of your coaching staff here in the next couple weeks?
It's still physical, so match whatever level the defensive player on the other side is at. You have to match that. If you just getting pushed back, I'm going to have a feeling you're going to get pushed back because he doesn't have enough stock with the coaching staff or the NFL to say, oh, I'll get it in the fall. Like when I got established, I was like, that's a rookie. I'll get his ass when we put on pass. He can't say that. He's got to match the intensity of those guys on the other side, and he can't have any mental errors. Those two things right there knock him down the competition ladder as quick as almost anything else. That is where he's got to get it right now. Like, you can't win the job in the spring. Nobody can. But you can show them how intentional you are. If you get a little bit of a pushback, push them back. Push their ass back, like finish them. Like, don't put them to the ground, don't toss them. But there is a one-arm stab you can give him, like, I'm here. Break it if you want to. Like, I'm here. What are you going to do? I'll see you in the fall. But that's just where we are. Those two things right there. You can't have mental errors, and he's got to show some fight because it is physical. Y'all saw it. Like, they are shoulder to shoulder, and these dudes are trying to make a play on Cam or the offense too.
How much different does the practice feel? from year over year. Ramon, it's night and day difference to me. And I'm not out there every day, but it's
quicker.
It's quicker. It's louder.
It's louder.
It's more intense. Like White Cotton versus Brasillo.
Bro.
As far as, so Aaron White Cotton is the defensive line coach for the Titans. Carmen Brasillo, the offensive line coach. These are very, very highly competitive, intense,
bald
individuals, both bald, famously a part of the criterium around here. Like that, it's OTAs.
You can't hide.
I'm trying. Yeah, that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
You can't hide on that practice field. And that, to me, is the best way to articulate the difference between the Callahan experience and what is now happening with Saleh. Because Saleh's very laid back.
Yeah.
Very just kind of like
He's watching right now, isn't he?
about everything. And maybe that's all this time of year needs to be for the head coach, but he's just very much delegating to lieutenants, and these people are insane. What did White Cotton call himself? Some kind of like deranged hyena?
He did. He couldn't say what he wanted to say. He said he was on some dust, maybe in a raccoon or something like that. Whatever it was.
A raccoon on crack?
Pretty much.
A crackoon?
Crackoon. Yeah, exactly. Is what he was.
All right, careful.
But
is Brasillo T-Rack?
listen, he's it was funny though too. Like Gus Bradley being here.
The T-Rack before the Ozempic.
Oh, he got small on us. Huh?
Look at him.
Okay,
look at him. Look at him year over year.
You shut your mouth about T-Racks.
GLPs for the raccoon.
Him and Chuck, huh? It was funny though. There was a play, and I think it was Will Levis that scored, and it was a sack on the play.
Yeah.
And it's funny, the offense celebrating, O-line run down to the end zone, and Gus Bradley is pointing to the 15 like, nope, take him back 15. That's a sack. Yep. Run it over, 4th and 15. Like, he was going at it like, I'll say this, and I've had a conversation, I keep the name off the record, with a guy that went through last year too. And it ain't nothing really just in the weeds. It's just one of them, he was rapping to me at practice. He was like, man, last year wasn't fun. He was just like, these rookies didn't deserve this. We didn't deserve this. You wonder why Cam's trying to make plays. Well, Cam's trying to make plays because we're bad. When you get bad, you're searching for positivity. And when you're searching for that, you outdo yourself. And when that happens, the game plan sucks. Nothing's good about it. I was like, it was just an unwarranted conversation with one of the guys. And he was just like, nobody deserves to be in the NFL and go through this. So the hard camp that they're probably going to have, the loud coaches that are part of this staff, these dudes, I think, realize going from Vrabel to Cali back to a Vrabel type and Saleh and his staff, it's hard being soft with football players is what I would say. They'll run over you and you'll lose them is what I get out of that.
Especially in the pros.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They know too much.
And, I mean, hell, now in college with what they're making. But
that's true.
It's a different conversation for another day because I do want your thoughts on Brendan Sorsby, but we've already kept you too long, and you've already done 4 hours of radio today.
I like this, though. I'm probably going to listen to the show anyway.
That's how you know you're a sicko. All right, you and your big-ass mic cover, get out of here.
It was fun, though.
Or should we leave that for Slay?
Yeah, leave it.
Easily.
He'll be in studio Thursday.
Robert, tell Ramon.
I love you, Ramon. I love you so much.
You didn't tell me you love me the other day when I had that Lamar Jackson slander. I heard them try to make you tell me you love me. You didn't. You said I understood, and I didn't. I don't know if you love me anymore.
I still love you.
Tell him what he looks like with that mic cover.
James Harden.
I've never been able to grow a beard. I got one.
Here's the beard. Please don't leave.
I'll take that as a compliment, okay?
Please don't leave us with Buck. We love you. Please don't.
As you know, there's truth in jokes.
Too bad. Ramon Foster, 6 to 10 a.m. All right, DEFCON 1 in college sports. We'll talk about it next. The Tennessee Men's Clinic here to help you like they've helped so many other guys over the course of the last decade plus. Because if you're not feeling like yourself, this is something that happens to guys as they get up there in age, as your body starts to change. But those things don't have to be inevitable. The Tennessee Men's Clinic, powered by Men's Pro, is here to help you. And what you'll like about that experience is that they've been doing this for years. Like I've mentioned, they're not just the newest fly-by-night place or sketchy online pill. You're working with true medical providers. They run labs, build a plan around you, not some one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter type of deal. They treat low performance, ED, weight loss, even peptides like NAD+. Their treatments have worked for thousands of men, and most guys say they wish they would have come in sooner. Right now, your lab panel and consultation, just $99. So call 615-208-9090. That's 615-208-9090, or go online at TennesseeMen'sClinic.com. Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. It's always fun to have Ramon in. We need to talk more about this Brendan Sorsby thing because, I don't know, do you think we exhausted the topic yesterday? Maybe some of you do. But it is a huge story in the world of college sports, and right now he is currently eligible to play college football. Lucas, I'm sure you saw yesterday the most recent developments as far as the rest of the collegiate world's reaction. Various Power 4 conferences, including the Big 12, the conference of Texas Tech, considering potentially not scheduling Texas Tech in not just football, but any sport.
Yeah, and we have yet to hear from Brett Yormark on this, the Big 12 commissioner. I stand corrected. Here is the statement from Brett Yormark on Brendan Sorsby. Quote, this is courtesy of Brett McMurphy. The ramifications of today's ruling are significant and could have broad impacts across college athletics, creating great concern amongst our membership. I've been consulting with our key stakeholders and have scheduled meetings with our conference ADs and executive board this week. We are also in touch with Charlie Baker and anticipate the NCAA to appeal the order in the next 24 to 48 hours. We will continue to monitor and evaluate the situation.
So no position if you're Yormark.
No
you're just
position.
Like,
and he's going to have a lot of conversations in the coming days, and he's just going to be hearing it from all sides here. This is as unanimous as I think I have ever seen the college football public against one particular thing.
Well, because it's not just college football. It's everybody.
Yes.
It's everybody looking around and being like, no, sorry, kid. Like, this is
disastrous.
Hate this for you, but come on. Like, how powerful, and we don't have the answer to this question necessarily. Maybe Pate comes in at some point and we can talk to him about it.
He's storm chasing this week.
I don't know who the power broker in the Big 12 is. Like, who is the Kirby Smart of the Big 12?
You talking about as a head coach?
Yeah, like who's running the show? Who's got the most powerful voice in the room of the Big 12?
I mean, theoretically, Brett Yormark. There isn't really a Kirby Smart-esque, certainly not a Nick Saban-esque figure in the Big 12. I'm trying to think of who.
Like, does Texas Tech have more sway? Does Kirby Hocutt have more sway?
There's a lot of money in
your
the Big
average
12.
Well, and there's money at Texas Tech. Which is obviously the guiding principle. I just don't know if money supersedes all else in the Big 12 right now, given the construct.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, which head coach?
Because I'm trying to envision the situation that Brett Yormark is having to deal with. Like, Texas Tech is obviously over here, and everybody else is over here. But if Texas Tech is your most powerful member, and you've basically just had to piecemeal the Big 12 back together.
I mean, which head coach has the most gravitas with his words? I mean,
Kalani Sitake,
BYU.
He is our tribal chief. Whatever he says goes. Everyone acknowledge him.
Spurned Penn State for BYU last year in a move that clearly is far and few between in this day and age.
Dion probably thinks it's him.
Dion, more
which
people,
I love him to death, but
yeah, he reaches more ears, but nobody's looking to Dion. Like, Dion, please help us save college sports the way we certainly have over the years with Nick Saban.
If anything, Dion is one of the primary examples of how to take advantage of the current landscape.
I feel like Kenny Dillingham would have something to say because you guys remember in the offseason when he was like, I'm begging anybody. He's like, I'll slap your name on whatever building you want. Just give me $1 million. Cut me a check.
He said, we're in Phoenix. How do we not have somebody that can cut us a check? So the Lubbock County judge, who, as Dan Lust pointed out to us yesterday, is not, in fact, a Texas Tech alum, does not have any clear ties to the university, which is an important note, I feel like.
Because we all just we jumped to the conclusion.
Yeah.
We made the assumption.
There was a judge that had ties to Texas Tech that recused himself from this case. And then the judge that replaced him is the one that granted the injunction. So
theoretically, the process worked, but we still got the wrong outcome,
Ken Curry, the judge, and again, he ruled that Sorsby's attorneys demonstrated that Sorsby will suffer a, quote, probable, imminent, and irreparable injury if he is unable to play for the Red Raiders in 2026. Most of us see that and say, yeah, it's called consequences. I loved how Nicole Auerbach worded this, who works for, I believe she still works for, NBC Sports. Here is a quote from Nicole's article. It's an argument that actually makes a mockery of mental health concerns and anxiety disorders. It treats mental health as a get-out-of-jail-free card instead of something to be taken seriously with therapy, time, and perhaps even medication. It opens the door for another football player who breaks rules to avoid the consequences of his own actions by saying he would prefer not to deal with the punishment. It would harm his mental health. It would make him happiest if he could do the thing he wants whenever he wants. I haven't seen somebody sum it up as concisely as that, because that's basically where we're at. Yeah, but he doesn't want to not play football.
It's a creative spin on mental health, right? Like it's a legal spin on mental health.
Yes.
This is why that lawyer is worth all that money.
No, he has to play football for his mental health, and the best thing for his recovery and his mental health is to be around his teammates.
Yeah, it would also cause me great mental harm to lose out on $5 million, reportedly.
Yes.
I mean, that's the legal argument. It's just whether or not they can get that case across the finish line. You hope to God not. I mean, again, if he is actually dealing with something that is a huge problem for many people in this country, I am sympathetic. Truly, I am. It is easy to come off unsympathetic. It is easy for people to not consider even the most remote possibility that Brendan Sorsby actually has a legitimate problem that needs dealing with. In all likelihood, he does.
Of course he does.
In all likelihood, he very much does, which makes this all the more problematic. Because how many people are trying to actually fix his problem as opposed to just get him eligible to play college football?
Yeah, and how many people that have had this problem have had to deal with the fallout and the consequences of their actions? I mean, it's insanity. It's an absolute insanity to just toss that out the window and acknowledge that it's something that happened, right? It's not a claim of innocence here. It's an acknowledgement that, yes, this happened, but the best thing for him would be to play football. Totally ignoring the big picture and ignoring any idea of there should be consequences for actions. It's insane. And the fallout has been interesting to see.
We have some Paul Feinbaum sound that I do think is worth playing. Actual Feinbaum sound worth playing. It's been a while. Other than him, well, since he said that Arch Manning is the best collegiate quarterback he's seen since what, Tim Tebow? Was that how that went? 615-737-1045 is the number to call if you want the opportunity to win what, Robert?
We have a pair of tickets to go see Thomas Rhett and Neil Horan at Geodis, July 9th, plus a $100 gift card to a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa.
A great prize if you call in 615-737-1045 and tell us what in sports made you say, oh no.
11 o'clock. Good morning from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. The Spurs got on the board in the NBA Finals with a 115-111 win in Game 3 at Madison Square Garden. Victor Wembanyama with 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. It ends a 13-game playoff win streak for the Knicks, who still lead the series 2-1. Game 4 is tomorrow night at the Garden. Tonight in Vegas, the puck drops at 7 for Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Golden Knights lead the Hurricanes 2-1. Each of the last 2 matchups have been decided in overtime. In NFL news, the Kansas City Chiefs are signing cornerback L'Jarius Sneed on a 1-year deal worth up to $5 million, according to ESPN. Sneed returns to Kansas City, where he won 2 Super Bowls, and he returns only 2 years after the Chiefs dealt him to the Titans, where he played in 12 games over those 2 seasons. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
For the opportunity to win some Thomas Rhett tickets and a $100 gift card to a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa, 615-737-1045, the number. What in sports made you say, oh no? Would you say, Lucas, that the vast majority of the basketball consuming population goes to Inside the NBA for their basketball analysis?
They go for entertainment.
Yes. And so, as always, Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, Charles, entertaining as hell. They had the full cast down there. Watching them interview Adam Silver about Donald Trump was one of the funnier things that I've seen, just watching everybody's faces in the background as they're having that conversation. But nothing better than Charles Barkley at halftime. They had a Cardi B performance at halftime of the Knicks-Spurs game. Knicks ultimately did not win that game, but that was not the entertaining part of the halftime discussion. Can we get Charles Barkley coming back from the commercial break after Cardi B?
3-0 lead. We've been competing with Cardi B here. We lost. Hey, I don't know if those B's, that might be Cardi D's. I sure am. New love and I'm pretty sure those are B's. I don't know who said that, but I know it wasn't Chuck, you let her down. You can't let that mean calf I told you to. She got the wrong initials.
Cardi B looked great last night, and everybody on Inside the NBA very quick to acknowledge it.
Is that Bodak Yellow in the background? A little throwback from Cardi.
I think that's what she was performing. I think that's what give the people what they want.
That song's like 10 years old at this point, man.
Oh my God, don't age us like that. I love them.
We should all aspire to have as much fun as they do on that show.
It's just so consistently entertaining.
Well, and it reminds me of a line that Mike Keith had at Coach Mack's Celebration of Life, where he said among many things, and Mike Keith crushed that, by the way. I'm sure you guys talked about that. That was, he made me cry several times. But Mike Keith said the biggest compliment you can pay of any broadcaster is the audience just wants to, have a drink with them. Sit down, watch a game, have a drink with them. That is the definition of Coach Mack, obviously, and Inside the NBA very much embodies that.
Yeah.
So, Charles Barkley responding like every dude basically does when they see a pair of boobs on TV. It's not Cardi B's. I think those are Cardi D's. I love him.
It's just so consistently good. And I'm glad that's
the line. She's got the wrong initials. Yeah, Charles, we get it.
Yeah. We got the joke, Chuck.
He said it again. Yeah. He's like Paulie off Sopranos. Like, did you hear what I said, Shaq? Did you hear what I said? I said Cardi D's. Like, okay, we get it, Paulie. We get it, Paulie Barkley. Like, I said she's got the wrong initials.
It's such a good reference by you.
Oh.
Yes, Charles, boobs.
Oh, man. My oh no is very retroactive. So Browns guard Joel Bitonio is hanging it up after an incredible career of a decade plus, drafted in the second round of the 2014 draft to Cleveland. He, like Joe Thomas, hangs it up as a member of the Cleveland Browns and no other team. 2-time first-team All-Pro, 3-time second-team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler. Career comes to an end at 34. He held a press conference in Cleveland yesterday and told this story about being in the same draft class as one Johnny Football.
I guard in the NFL. I was drafted the same year as Johnny Manziel, and we actually roomed together. I learned some things not to do from him. I got the opportunity to play with and learn from so many guys.
We can fade it from
here.
here.
Got to be egoless.
My oh no is simply Joel Bitonio all the way back in 2014, rooming with this first-round Heisman-winning quarterback and saying, oh, no.
Oh, my God.
What did we do?
How about a welcome to the NFL moment that way?
Here's your quarterback.
And then he meets his star receiver. Meet Josh Gordon.
Yes. Don't worry. Here's Josh Gordon.
The dynamic duo of Johnny Football and Josh Gordon.
My oh no is earlier this week we saw Broncos star defender Jonathan Cooper and his girlfriend both being arrested for domestic violence, taken into jail. Now, I don't want to make fun of that. It's a terrible situation. Now, what I do want to talk about is the situation that landed them in the situation they found themselves in. So it all started over a cheating allegation, or before things got physical. Jonathan Cooper's girlfriend was alleging that he was seeing another woman. Things got upset, and at that point, the 28-year-old woman told police that she grabbed Jonathan's phone and threw it against the wall before again gaining possession of the device. Eventually, there was a struggle. Jonathan managed to retrieve his phone from his girlfriend. According to the probable cause affidavit, he then demanded that she leave his home, or he allegedly told her he would break her cell phone. She didn't leave. Cooper seemingly followed through with his threat, admittedly biting and breaking the screen of her iPhone 17. So the articles read that, Jonathan Cooper ate his girlfriend's phone. In my mind, I instantly went back to high school days with the Razor. I could eat a Razor if I had to.
Oh.
I could eat a Nextel. Did y'all's parents have the Nextel phones that also doubled as a walkie-talkie? And it would you could bling them in the...
So I don't remember Nextel. Mine was a Motorola. Like the Motorola flip phone.
Oh, yeah.
The black standard one with the little antenna that you pull up.
You couldn't break them if you tried. Run them over with a truck, throw them in a paper shredder, it wouldn't matter.
Because my mom was a telecom lobbyist, and so she worked with Alcatel-Lucent and Baby Bell and Mama Bell and all these different things. So I had a cell phone in second grade. That was the cell phone.
You had a cheese hook and you hadn't told us?
Yeah.
Dang, working for Baby Bell, that's a good spot. I'd probably eat the wax and all. Sometimes you just ain't got time to peel that little
That made more sense to me, people trying to eat those whole than Tide Pods.
Well, I mean, the wax has to have fiber, right?
It looked like candy.
You think your belly can... Anyway, my oh no is biting what you would rather do than give your phone over to your girlfriend. No, you threw my phone against the wall? No, I'm going to bite and break yours. Have fun with screen glass in your mouth. That's my oh no.
Yeah. Real quick before we get to the phones, Shams Charania at ESPN is reporting that President Donald Trump is not expected to attend Game 4 of the Knicks Spurs in the NBA Finals on Wednesday night at Madison Square Garden due to scheduling conflicts and obligations. Sources tell ESPN Trump, a lifelong Knicks fan, watched the majority of Game 3 from a suite.
The majority. The other silent minority, he was asleep for. Did you guys see that?
I did see he fell asleep.
It's a long game. It's easy to get tuckered out in that loud, raucous environment, especially being a lifelong Knicks fan, seeing this moment that hasn't been around for a long time. Yeah, I would definitely fall asleep.
When they introduced the Knicks, Charles Barkley said he got chills. I didn't realize that they haven't done the finals very often because TNT hasn't had the finals.
No, famously, we stop hearing from them after conference finals.
Which is the worst part of this. So watching Charles and Shaq and Kenny and Ernie experience the crowd at MSG last night, it would be difficult, I think, to fall asleep in an environment like that. I imagine it's very tiring being president of the United States. But yeah, I saw Jaylen Brown took a shot at him today for falling asleep in what is probably the loudest environment in sports right now.
He definitely wasn't making fun of his hair, living in a glass house.
What'd you do that to Jaylen Brown for?
I guess he's just rubbing off on me.
No. That's how I know Lucas is playing 82-0 World Cup again, because he's not listening to your jokes.
He didn't have to laugh.
He looked at me in the commercial break and said, "Does it not let you play it as many times as you want like the NFL one?"
You're going to have to start
I
signing
figured it
into
out.
other people's Google.
If you play online, you can get into pools and you keep getting cracks at it. I keep going 7-1 and losing in the finals.
You haven't gotten to 8-0?
No, it's driving me insane.
What's the worst team? We got to do 0-0. I'll talk to you about this in a break.
615-737-1045 is the number if you want to jump in. Let's start with Kevin and Franklin.
Hey, fellas.
How are we?
So my no is the Knicks actually losing last night to the Spurs for the simple reason that now one half of this country will blame Donald Trump for the Knicks' loss. Simple as that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for the call. Remember, you can, if you want the opportunity to win the tickets, stay on hold. Stephen A. Smith said he would blame Donald Trump we now have a Donald Trump, Stephen A. Smith back and forth. Have you seen this? Have you seen his appearance on First Take today?
I've also seen Knicks fans turning on Stephen A. Smith because of his comments early on about Jalen Brunson.
Stephen A. Smith also said that he was asked if he would accept a championship ring from the Knicks, which would be...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know.
Spike Lee deserves a ring before Stephen A. Smith does.
I think that's true.
Tracy Morgan.
Chalamet?
Does Timmy Chau?
Ben Stiller?
I mean, he is.
What's the cutoff?
Timmy Chau is a legit fan. He's born and bred.
What's Olivia off of Law and Order?
Oh, yes.
Mariska Harris.
Hargitay.
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
Harris.
Why did I think it was Mariska Harris?
Mariska Hargitay.
Well, she has been there with Jalen Brunson. I don't know if you guys have seen
Been in the trenches.
their romance or bromance over the time.
I love that.
It's been fun to watch.
Can I submit a secondary no before we finally take some more phone calls?
Nope, only one submission. Charles in Hendersonville.
Oh, yes. So you alluded to the fact of Spike Lee. So my no is Spike Lee and him jumping on the court during a live ball, almost 2 feet on the court, calling for a foul, squawking like a hawk almost. No foul was called immediately. And then, a few moments later, then there was some hand jostling down going underneath the goal. The ref turns around while he's in the air and blows the whistle, calls a foul, which at that point the foul was over. So in any other sport, you would not be able to have spectators jumping onto the court, barking into the ears of the refs or the umpire. So my no is Spike Lee jumping onto the court and them capitulating and allowing the foul to be called that he was advocating for.
He's been doing that for years, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally the Spike Lee experience.
He was just trying to do the right thing. He's trying to be the Knicks' inside man. Because if he didn't do that, then all the levees broke. How many Spike Lee movies can I figure?
I was about to say, look at you looking at your list and trying to get these
looking
jokes
at his
off.
IMDb.
If they're upset about it, he may call it Crooklyn instead of Brooklyn. Yeah, I'm done.
They play in Manhattan.
More.
In the 25th hour is when Spike Lee shows up for the Knicks.
Okay.
He's talking to his wife like, she hate me. He's just making sure it's a sucker-free city.
Okay.
Worried about all the invisible children. That's what he's worried about. It'd be a miracle at St. Anna if they were able to pull it off last night, but they weren't able to.
Mary Claire.
No. I want to let him keep going.
What you got, Mary Claire?
It's been a Red Hook summer.
Hit us, MC.
Thank you, Lucas. You're going to like this one. So on Saturday, both the U.S. men's national team and women's national team in soccer played against Germany and Brazil, respectively.
Yep.
And they both lost 2-1. Now, my no is that they have not played and lost matches on the same day since March 14th, 1993.
Whoa. Okay.
That's a good one.
Deep cut. She had the stats, too, Mary Claire.
Thank
Good
you
stuff.
for the call, Mary Claire.
That's an excellent submission.
Let's go with Derek, and we'll wrap it up.
All righty. My no is going to Shea Gildress of the OKC wearing the leather skirt, leather boots, Game 7 against the Spurs. I guess that's why they lost. He was too comfortable in his new skirt and black leather boots. Thank you.
Who was this?
Talking about SGA.
Oh, I missed it.
And his black leather boots from game. That's past the statute of limitations.
Yeah,
Derek, sorry.
it's got to be within a week.
He got bamboozled with that one. It's another Spike Lee.
Mary Claire. Yeah, best execution.
Well done. 615-737-1045, the number if you want to jump in. So we've got a number of unanswered questions in the NFL that we're going to take a look at. The NFC first. I'm Buck Rising. It's 104.5 The Zone.
So as we talk about every offseason, it feels like we get less and less quarterback battles, quarterback questions every year in the NFL. Welcome back to the show. We're fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken. No question about that. That's where you need to spend your lunch break today. Download the Hattie B's app. Start to build up those rewards. And there are a couple of unresolved quarterback situations around the NFL. They're far and few between. But there are a lot of questions. And Dan Graziano laid out 32 unanswered questions for all 32 QB situations. We start in this segment with the NFC. And I think it's comical that maybe the highest profile holdout right now in the National Football League is Jacoby Brissett with the Arizona Cardinals. But he is back in the building, yes?
Yes. He doesn't want to get fined.
So he held out to a point.
Yep.
But he's back in the building.
At no courage of his convictions, he hasn't made enough money to withstand the daily $100,000 fines.
So they've got Jacoby Brissett in there. They've got Gardner Minshew. They drafted Carson Beck in the third. Keaton Slovis is still there. Do we remember Keaton Slovis, the former Pittsburgh quarterback?
Yes.
Didn't he also play at USC?
Yes. Was also a highly recruited prospect, if I remember correctly. So I think we assume Brissett will start for Arizona. Don't really know. I don't think that many people necessarily care about what's going on in Arizona. I think it's much more interesting what's happening right now in Tampa. And the question that Graziano has for the Bucs is, what do the Bucs do with Baker Mayfield's contract? He says it's similar to the Darnold Seahawks situation, not just because Darnold's 3-year, $100.5 million contract was modeled largely after the 3-year, $100 million deal that Mayfield signed with the Bucs in 2024, but Mayfield has been what the Bucs hoped he would be. They're paying him just below top-tier QB money. He's in that $33 million a year range as opposed to the top-of-market $55 million a year range. He has 1 year left, $27 million on his deal, and Graz writes, it's hard to know how this situation will shake out. Tampa likes Mayfield. They'd like to keep him around, but they feel he might have outplayed his current deal, and he may ask for more than they want to pay him. They're also coming off a disappointing season, so they may want to see how this year goes before making a major decision. He finalizes it by saying, if I had to guess, I'd say the Bucs find a way to make some kind of adjustment to Mayfield's deal before the season starts, but I can't say for sure that adjustment will be a long-term extension. A lot feels up in the air.
Here's the quote from Baker. First and foremost, regardless, we've built roots here in Tampa. We love the community. We love being here. They've embraced us. We enjoy being here and obviously are going to raise kids here. But the contract stuff, it's happening, it's starting, talks and whatnot, but not anywhere close to what we were thinking. So would love to be here long term. And as of right now, that's not exactly the case. I'm under contract for 2026. The guys in that locker room, the staff know that I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to do everything I can to help this team win a Super Bowl. To me, that's the priority. Everything else will take care of itself. Obviously, yes, I would love to have a long-term deal done, but they know my deadline. As soon as training camp starts, we're not doing any more contract stuff. It's all ball. So it's not up to me when that gets done, but hopefully before that. If not, we're still going to have a good year. So he's just being transparent about it. He's like, I don't want to deal with it once the season starts. Give me a deadline of training camp. If not, we ride. Did you see the reporting of Rick Stroud, who's the longtime Tampa Bay Times reporter, who said that Baker's representation had not even responded to the Bucs' opening offer? And it would be an assumption to say they're not responding because they believe it to be insulting. But that is the assumption that's being made. Baker Mayfield, go ahead, Robert, I'm sorry.
No, you got it. You got it. Mine's on the contract.
Baker Mayfield has started every game for the Bucs over the last 3 seasons. He's helped them win the division twice. He was as good a quarterback as any quarterback in football for the first, third of the season. He was an MVP candidate.
Absolutely was on track to have an MVP caliber season.
Then he got hurt, and everybody else in Tampa got hurt, and the Bucs went sideways.
Yeah.
And they were still in it, in a division that everybody was basically in it until the very end.
Yes, they it ended, a 5-year win streak of them taking that division?
Something like that. So that spans back to Brady, which is ironic because the year that they won the Super Bowl, Brady didn't win the division. I think that Baker Mayfield has earned a starting quarterback contract and a tier 1 range starting quarterback contract. Tampa's playing a risky game. What is Tampa going to do at quarterback if they don't re-sign Baker Mayfield. Now, you could say that this is a draft to beat all drafts, right? And there's 22 draftable quarterback prospects or something ridiculous before the college football season plays out. You could also say that that's a complete and total crapshoot, and all of them still may not end up having as good of a career as former number 1 overall pick Baker Mayfield has had, and at a reasonable age for a starting quarterback can continue to have. I think they need to give Baker a deal. I think they're playing chicken with the train here, because I don't think he gives a damn one way or the other. I think he's going to go out there trying to have the best season humanly possible. If they pay him, great. If somebody else pays him, great. I think he's full mercenary now.
And it would behoove them financially to give him a contract, because he has 3 separate void years attached to his current deal, around $30 million, which the guarantees are already paid. So that's not going to affect their cap situation. But the Bucs would essentially be paying $30 million for a player no longer on their roster if they do not re-sign him. So that would be something that's probably being taken into account in the potential contract. But if they don't, they're just going to pay $30 million out of pocket over the next 3 years for a guy that's not going to play a snap for them. Also, a little older than I thought he would be. Like sometimes you time capsule guys and you always think about them in like a certain age range. He just turned 31. He will be 32 next year in April. So not a spring chicken, but the way quarterbacks play into an older ages now, he's not necessarily the old maid either.
No, I think, if Baker ended up playing 5 more reasonably high-level years, that's probably about right.
So we'll see what happens with Baker Mayfield and the Bucs in 2026. Graziano asks about the Giants, the question that I think we're all asking about the second-year quarterback. Can Jackson Dart learn how to protect himself? He writes he did enough last year to excite the fan base, show why the Giants traded up to take him, has franchise quarterback stuff, and should continue to improve as long as he can stay on the field. But that's the key. And that's something, obviously, that we have talked about time and time again with Jackson Dart, now operating under John Harbaugh and Brian Callahan, for what that's worth.
Rude to just completely skip over.
And Matt Nagy.
Could have been Titans legend Matt Nagy.
So 3 former head coaches at every level helping coach Jackson Dart this year. QB coach, offensive coordinator, and obviously Harbaugh.
I mean, even their tight end coach is a former offensive coordinator, and Tim Kelly.
That's right.
Oh. I don't trust him.
Dart?
No, not even a little bit.
He's given no reason for us to say, yeah, he'll learn from this.
He's young, and he can at some point in his career. But that runway for him, not very long. You can screw up a lot of things in a span of in your first 2 years in the NFL if you don't start to just consider the consequences of, some might say, your actions both on the field and off the field. Like, just generally be more aware of your situation and think about things that could happen if you do things. Jackson Dart does not have that propensity.
Ask Will Levis.
I was about to say that.
He's better Will Levis.
Doesn't he have some of those shades of Will Levis of kind of that, like, I don't care, I'm putting the team on my back, I'm laying everything on the line.
Yeah, but Dart feels organic, and Levis felt a bit manufactured. Maybe that's me.
Organic
I don't know.
because he's better? I mean...
No. Organic because, he displays that level of confidence. Will Levis felt like a beaten puppy at the end.
Yeah, at the end. But I do think the disposition is pretty similar with the two. But we'll see.
I don't associate... I think what you are doing there is not outright disposition, but how they project. Because I don't think they're the same personality. I think Will would like for people to think of him the same way that people think of Jackson Dart.
Another question that I think is intriguing that Dan Graziano asks, because we have hardly talked about Jaden Daniels. Fell off last year. Yeah. Obviously, the injuries led to a huge regression for the Commanders last season after that incredible rookie year. Graziano asks, have the Commanders done enough to take the pressure off of Jaden Daniels? Was a revelation as a rookie in 2024, only played in 7 games last year due to various injuries. Defense fell off a cliff. Offense sputtered. Terry McLaurin was in and out of the lineup. He notes major changes to the coaching staff, new offensive coordinator in David Blau, who was his assistant QB coach the last 2 years. Stylistically, the Commanders expect the offense to look more like what Ben Johnson ran in Detroit and is now running in Chicago. The hope is those changes and their offseason additions reduce the need for Daniels to make as many hero plays as he had to make during their 2024 run. So they added... What's that?
Offseason? I was just going to ask you, have you seen their offseason? There's a lot of Titans on there.
Traylon Burks.
Van Jefferson.
Oh, they did add Van Jefferson.
Chig.
They drafted Antonio Williams in the 3rd round out of Clemson. They did sign Chigakonkwo in free agency. They added Rashad White in free agency.
They did a lot. I mean, there's a lot of different personnel.
A lot of names.
But they were old.
Yeah.
They were so old around Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, in 24. I mean, Zach Ertz was like their most competent receiver outside of Scary Terry.
He was solid.
And
right?
that was the issue in 25 is Terry was hurt for a majority of it after he signed the big deal.
And McLaurin is the lowest end of those, or what the lower end of the Ohio State wide receivers.
They tried to kind of run it back from that 24 run, and the injuries came back around.
Oh, I'm blanking on the longtime Seahawks. Oh, I'm going to kick myself for this. Seahawks, Bobby Wagner and Zach Ertz playing not just meaningful snaps, but like playing, 87% plus of your snaps in an NFL season. Not a sustainable formula. Are they the biggest wild card in that division?
Wild card leaves I mean, I guess you could say that they could be competitors, but like...
But also, they could be terrible.
Right. I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, they're the biggest wild card.
But, like, on defense is impressive. They added a ton of stuff. I mean, Dan Quinn's your head coach. He's obviously going to want to play really good defensive football. But they added somewhat like 6 starters in the draft and free agency.
Yeah.
You look at offensively, no one scares you. No one is going to challenge you. Yep. And they don't really have, like, no offense to Chig, but he's not a Zach Ertz. I mean, hell, he's not even a piece of what they had last year in Zach Ertz.
For that logic that Graziano just outlined to hold up, Chig would have to be something that he's never been in his NFL career once.
Yeah. They have the 3rd best odds to win the NFC East per FanDuel Sportsbook at plus 440, just ahead of the Giants at plus 550. But you talk about a swing, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
NFC Championship in 24 to that massive regression in 25. The reality is it's probably somewhere closer to the middle in 26, but we'll see.
If they ended up being a borderline, I know we don't have like 500 proper teams anymore. If they ended up being like an 8 and 9 type of team, I don't think anybody would be surprised.
Knocktrop in the FNM Bank chat says Ayuk wants to be a command skin. Talking about Brandon Ayuk. Is that a thing? Does Brandon Ayuk want to go to Washington?
Okay, but that picture of him that he posted is not real, right? Where he's looking very, very fat. I thought that was AI.
I'm not sure whether that's real or not. But he and Jaden Daniels were teammates at, was it Arizona or Arizona State?
Arizona State.
Okay, so they were teammates at Arizona State.
Yeah.
And I have a buddy who's a Commanders fan that keeps, every time I'm talking down about the Commanders, he's like, just wait till we get Brandon Ayuk. What is Brandon Ayuk? 2.5 years
When's
removed?
the last time he's been worth a damn?
He posted a video on Instagram Sunday.
The belt is coming. Isn't that what he said?
Yes, basically with a message to the San Francisco 49ers saying, quote, stop running from the belt, insinuating that the Niners are afraid to release him because he could land elsewhere and make them pay, have them regret letting him go.
Last time he played was in 24. He played and started in 7 games, caught 25 balls for 374 yards and 0 touchdowns.
Blew his knee, right?
I believe that's correct. That is the year he got hurt.
Because he got paid and then got hurt.
And then they were upset about his rehab situation. Either he wasn't showing up to the facility, wasn't carrying his end of the bargain on the physical therapy, and he wasn't showing up, and that's how they got to revert all his guarantees, I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, their defense feels infinitely more threatening than the other side of the ball.
And that takes a little bit of pressure. Like we talk about taking pressure off Cam Ward, and we will get to Cam Ward's situation at 12:20 today when we talk about AFC quarterback questions. But it does feel like having a good defense, like why was Russell Wilson so successful as a rookie? He had a great defense to lean back on. Why was Lamar so successful?
Bo Nix. I mean, I had so many examples. Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold also had JSN. Like, you can have multiple things that lead to a path to success. There's no one. I mean, the best way is to have the best possible team around you at any given position. but a defense can be a cheat code for a young quarterback.
Deebo Samuel's a free agent right now.
I mean, did you see the end of Deebo Samuel? It has not been impressive.
Yeah.
He wasn't terrible.
I mean, he was a 700-yard receiver.
But he's not. He's definitely not going to be
That was never going to age well, though, because the most threatening part of Deebo was what? In San Francisco, he made them, to a degree, positionless, where you could put him in a backfield, and then you could split use check out wide, and you could have Kittle lead blocking for Deebo and then throw to him out of the backfield, right?
Sure, but there are less threatening weapons than Deebo that have a job right now, I guess. Maybe it's a price thing. Maybe he signed somewhere late. He's 30 years old. He's certainly on the back end of his career, but it's not like he was a non-factor in the passing game last year.
No, but to your point, I mean, think about it. He and AJ are basically the same age, and we are not talking about them nearly as the same player.
I mean, I think Deebo might have a couple years. Yeah, Debo's got 2 years on AJ.
And for
a year and a half.
For what it's worth, he did have more success last year in Washington than he did his final year in San Francisco by about 50 yards and 2 touchdowns receiving at least.
Yeah. The whole Brandon Ayuk thing has just been weird, man.
So weird.
From the jump.
It is, and I don't want to do this every time somebody starts to display erratic behavior, but it's like Antonio Brown to me. Like, all of a sudden, he just turned into the most erratic human being you've ever seen in your life.
I was about to ask how many guys have just peed away their career at the peak of it. Like, Antonio Brown is a great pull because he's probably the poster child for us.
Even he was at the end, right? He was so good for so much longer that people just kept putting up with his nonsense until he literally ripped his jersey off in the Jets game and quit.
Speaking of erratic behavior, you want to see erratic behavior? Come watch me bowl at the Split Happens Bowling Bash on July 16th at Eastside Bowl.
Bumpers.
There will be gutter balls, there will be strikes and spares, but there will be a lot of gutter balls. July 16th, we're very excited. $40. $40 get you 3 hours of bowling. There's going to be great food, great drinks with a full bar, great people. And if you haven't been to Eastside Bowl in East Nashville, closer to Madison, oh, it's a great spot. Retro style bowling alley with a diner, a ton of open space, arcade. Going to be fun. Go to 1045thezone.com. Of course, this will benefit Home Street Home. As you guys know, an awesome organization. 1045thezone.com is where you can get tickets to come hang out with us July 16th. You can also scan the QR code during the break or right now on the YouTube stream.
Zach is going to pin the link for the tickets in the chat. When we went over there, I was so impressed because usually when you walk in a bowling alley, it's like a poster of yesteryear, right? Oh, the neon lights and the screens and the strike and spare cartoon animal thing that come up every time you bowl. This weekend, I bowled in Cherokee with Cheyenne. I was dusting up. I bowled a 185.
You're practicing.
I guess that's what you could say when someone is a career bowler. But I was just left wishing and wanting for more after our trip to Eastside Bowl. How impressive it was. It just paled. The Cherokee bowling alley pales in comparison to how nice Eastside Bowl is. We can't wait to see you guys out there. Get your tickets on 1045thezone.com.
It's a huge space.
Huge.
Space.
They have a billiards room. They have another event space in the back.
Very classy. July 16th.
Looking forward to hanging out with all you guys and to bowl and raise some money for a great cause. 615-737-1045, the number if you want to jump in. We are going to get to what Paul Feinbaum had to say, a stark message that is being delivered by athletic directors and university presidents everywhere on the heels of the Brendan Sorsby news. I'm Buck Rising. It's 1045 The Zone.
104.5 The Zone is partnering with Titans defensive lineman Jeffrey Simmons for his Golf for a Reason charity golf tournament at the Governor's Club on June 29th. All proceeds from the event go towards funding safe, stable housing for single parents and their children. Go to 1045thezone.com/events for more info and to support the event. And while we're talking about golf, hope you guys come out and see us at the Zone Golf Classic on Monday out at Nashville Golf and Athletic Club.
I cannot wait to commandeer that first golf cart that somebody leaves sitting on the wayside, because I am just going to joyride that thing up and down there. Leg hanging out the side, cig hanging out the side of my mouth, knee deep in Milagro tequila or whoever is providing drinks.
I feel like you need somebody to drive a golf cart
No. I got it.
He's going to look like Jackass out there. He's going to flip a golf cart on like the seventh green.
And this is hole in one. Just run into Brent as he's golfing. Like, I didn't see you there. Sorry.
I saw at least it's the first commercial that I've seen watching the NBA Finals last night for the new Jackass. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
It's so sad, though, like that.
Because they're all old.
Well, Knoxville's going to be done. Steve-O's going to be done. Like the old cast, like
that's good though. I'm worried about them. I want them to age well.
Yeah.
They need to be done. They needed to be done 3 Jackasses ago.
I like the new fat guy, the guy that replaced Preston. Like Preston was just he was a terrible sport, but also all the pranks that they were doing to him were awful. My favorite is when he and Wee Man were attached to each other by bungee cords, and they had to jump off the bridge, but Preston jumped first. So Preston, if you're unfamiliar with Jackass, is like this 5'10", 500-pound bowling ball of a man. He jumps off that bridge and just boing, like the bungee gets so tight and it just catapults Wee Man into the water. Like imagine a rock on a string and you just slam it down. Oh, it's so good.
They really do it for the love of the game.
I still have nightmares about that fish hook thing that Steve-O did. He put the fish hook through his own lip and got dragged behind a boat. I can't. Oh, God. Anyway, Feinbaum was on Get Up this morning, and he is sounding all the alarms, or he's saying that college sports is sounding all of the alarms around this Brendan Sorsby situation. Paul Feinbaum, of course, has, as Lucas has, how have you described Feinbaum in his later years?
I will just say he has geared more towards the first take style of doing things.
Okay, well, this is not an appearance on First Take, but I will let you judge for yourself whether you feel this is First Take-esque.
College sports went to DEFCON 1 yesterday, Greeny, and that's rare because the sport has gone so low in so many different circumstances. But everyone but Texas Tech officials were in unanimous agreement that this is one of the worst rulings because it forget whether college players get paid and all the things that go along with it. This is about the integrity of what happens on a Saturday afternoon. And Brendan Sorsby bet on games while he was at Indiana. Remember, he went to Cincinnati. He is a transfer. He has not played a down for Texas Tech, and they maintain they haven't done anything wrong. They sent him to rehab. It's a great example for the youth of America, and you can stop laughing now over your cornflakes. But the point is, what happens now? I think everyone knows what happened yesterday. This is a Texas state judge. The original judge, of course, was a Texas Tech graduate. They brought in a retired judge in Fort Worth. He ruled the same way. He delivered a 3-page ruling. It was like, I don't have time for this. I'm going home to play golf with my Texas Tech buddies. So the statement yesterday from the Big 12 commissioner was interesting because he really didn't say anything. And I believe, Greeny, that Brett Yormark is probably the only one left that can stop this. He can declare the Sorsby ineligible. Yes, it would be litigated, but at least somebody would stand up. Until now, no one has really done anything, especially this court in Texas.
So the Big Ten is in discussions to put out a mandate to all their member institutions about not scheduling Texas Tech for anything.
Yep.
The Big 12 is also doing or taking into consideration similar stances.
I think Big 12, like schools.
Yes.
Yeah. The Big 12 has not done anything.
Or the conference itself has not done anything. The member institutions are considering not scheduling Texas Tech or not playing Texas Tech, again, in any sport because of Brendan Sorsby. So this is something that we had a caller yesterday say, at some point, can somebody stand up and do the right thing? Well, basically everybody but Texas Tech. And what was my guy's name yesterday? Cody
Campbell, the Texas Tech booster.
Cody Campbell. It's not on me.
I'm trying to fix it.
I'm trying to help folks.
But until then, we're going to take advantage and try to win games. I mean, just that logic of, guys, I'm trying to fix it, as he is a part of making this bottom. I mean, this feels like we're bottoming out with the current state of college athletics, doesn't it? This feels, maybe we go lower.
I think we can go lower.
Sure,
if
we can always go lower.
If he plays, we go lower.
But as of right now, he is playing. So this feels like rock bottom.
So when I hear the name Cody Campbell, I for some reason associate Cody Campbell, or I think that Cody Campbell would sound more like the Southern judge that Robert was trying to portray. Well, it wasn't even a Southern judge; it was an East Tennessee judge. Right? That was the voice that you were going for?
Now, I claim many different regions here in the South, and was there not another judge whose last name was Curry adjudicating this here case? Well, either way, whether he was or was not in the premises while this was being discussed, I am not trying to curry favor with any of these Big 12 schools. The only thing that I am trying to make sure is properly mandated is the playing of football by one Mr. Brennan Sorsby. Now, I have been trying. Now, the one thing that I've been trying to schedule as far as a mandate goes is scheduling a mandate with you two gentlemen. But it seems that neither one of you are available at times when a mandate could be reached. Now, if there's a time in the next, let's say, the next 3 weeks of the calendar where we could have a mandate, I would like to approach the stand and offer that up with my whole Southern hospitality outreach to both of you fine gentlemen.
Say school.
School.
There we go. That was good.
When's the last mandate we had? Was it the Indian restaurant?
No, it was, No, the last mandate that we had was when we went to go see the Book of Mormon at the T-Pack. Yeah, so fine arts and musical known to mankind. It really opened my eyes to different kinds of peoples and ways of life. And I think that's why that Brendan Sorsby has been just a polarizing topic.
No, you can't make him actual Foghorn Leghorn.
Now, sometimes I miss on my stepping of my wording just a little bit, but I don't think that's something to bring to the attention of all of these fine people
I know
of
what you're
Middle
doing.
Tennessee.
I know. I figured out where you're doing that accent from. Say medulla oblongata.
Medulla oblongata.
There it is.
That is why the alligators are so angry.
That's
because
right.
my mother told me that they are angry because they have all them teeth to brush.
Yeah, you're the professor from Waterboy.
Yes. I like to see homeboys naked. That's not a problem with that.
Bleep you, Colonel Sanders.
I was thinking more, I thought he was going for the judge in My Cousin Vinny, but the professor from Waterboy is more accurate.
Now, what would this here woman know about a 1989 Cadillac?
He's got too much gravel in his voice for the judge from My Cousin Vinny. It's got to be a little deeper, a little more smooth.
Smooth like this mint julep that I'm here sipping in the studio. Hold on, let me just get a little dram of this real quick.
In fact, that beverage that you are...
We got to cut a break.
That right there wet my whistle something fierce now.
I got in his ear and I said, I'm going to need your Southern judge impression, and then I immediately regretted it.
It tickles me. I tried to talk to Cheyenne like that. I was like, let's do a little role playing here, sweetheart.
No dirty talking with the Southern judge accent.
She hated it. She absolutely hated it.
Of course she hated it.
Ann brings up a great point.
It was not a Cadillac. It was a Pontiac Tempest.
It's got mud in the tires.
Well, let's go ahead and let's put the Robert impressions to bay before we do this next segment on the grid.
What is it?
Oh, God. Japan arrives in Nashville next.
12:02, good afternoon from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. The Spurs are on the board with a 115-111 NBA Finals Game 3 win at Madison Square Garden last night. Victor Wembanyama, 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, ending a 13-game playoff win streak for the Knicks. They now lead the series 2-1. Game 4 is tomorrow night at MSG. But tonight in Vegas, the puck drops at 7 for Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Golden Knights lead the Hurricanes 2-1. Each of the last 2 games have been decided in overtime. In NFL news, the Kansas City Chiefs are signing cornerback L'Jarius Sneed on a 1-year deal worth up to $5 million, according to ESPN. Sneed returns to Kansas City just 2 years after the Chiefs traded him to the Titans, where he played in only 12 games in those 2 seasons. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
That's why I saw it. I saw Nate Tice say they're making Ocarina of Time and Halo remakes during the season. So the World Cup is
2 days, man.
2 days.
2 damn days
away. Have you worn something other than Nashville SC or soccer apparel at any point in the last week? I don't think so.
I think I was just wearing like a green T-shirt yesterday.
I don't know if that's true or not. Either way, Lucas is very excited. He's trying desperately to get Robert excited about it. But
I have realized, because we went through this with the NCAA tournament.
We tried. Well, do you think we spoiled it? Do you think you forsake? Did you force? What's the proper term that I'm looking for?
Forsooketh.
Yes.
Did you forsooketh Robert's potential interest in the World Cup by force-feeding him NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think I did some damage there. I have realized that by trying to will Robert into like, no, come on, like this thing is super awesome, it's fun, it's everybody gets into it. I think that just pushes him away. I have realized.
Well, you also robbed me blind and stabbed me in the back for the NCAA tournament because you were like, oh, give me $20. Whoever thinks they're the worst is usually who wins.
I got him to join the bracket pool. It did not go well for him.
Yes.
And that also ruined March Madness for him.
So I think you saying that you have done some damage there is putting it lightly.
Yeah. So Robert,
I think we've lost our chance at any point in the next 5 weeks to get Robert to care about this.
No,
thing.
it's like it's like when we're all cat people.
Yep.
You can't force.
There's of all the 9 stray cats that we've found in my neighborhood, there's a dog.
Is it the one that looked like a wolf you said?
It's still out there after a week. I've been working with Metro to try and help it.
It looks like a wolf, yeah.
It looks like a wolf anyway, I'm sorry.
But you can't force that relationship with a cat, right? You just gotta let it come to you.
Yep.
So, Robert, I am taking that approach now. If you want to organically get into any of the World Cup action as it washes over us for the next 5 weeks, then absolutely help yourself. I'm letting go.
Okay.
I'm letting go.
Okay, I can respect that. I'm purring silently to myself, watching precociously from my cat tower. What is the first game of the World Cup? Like, what is the first action? When is it on? And when can I watch it?
Thursday night in Mexico City, Mexico hosting South Africa, which brings back all sorts of nostalgic vibes because that brings me back to the 2010 opener that was in South Africa.
If you had to put that matchup in NFL terms, is that a Tennessee Titans Jaguars Thursday night game? Is that a Patriots Bills Sunday night? Like, where would you put that in terms of NFL scope?
It would have to be a Thursday night game. It would have to be kickoff.
Help me out with it. I'll put the parameters up, and you would do a much better job of deciding. Mexico is a team that has a very vibrant soccer culture, but is not a contender to win the World Cup. Their biggest goal is to win multiple knockout round games and get to a quarterfinal for the first time since '86, which was the last time they hosted.
So they're the Browns.
But yes, their fans are insane. The environment is going to be electric in Mexico City. But they are looking to get over a hump they have not gotten over in a long time.
So they're Baker Mayfield Browns.
Yeah, they don't have the just bottoming out ineptitude of the Browns over generations, although they did have a long period of that sort of ineptitude recently that they're just now coming out of. So that's not a bad way to look at it.
How many games did the Browns win in COVID? 11? They were like 11-5.
That was the last playoff win against the Steelers, correct?
Yeah, because they've had 11 wins twice since they've had Myles Garrett on their roster.
And South Africa is just your, upset-seeking sort of March Madness, like 15 seed kind of team.
Okay, so unfortunately, this is Browns Cardinals.
Sure. It's much easier.
I can get down with Browns
I was
Cardinals.
about to say, if instead,
this is how sick in the mind Robert is.
As you sit down to turn on the television, if you say in your mind over and over again, you just repeat it over and over again. It's self-manipulation. I am sitting down to watch Browns Cardinals. I am sitting down to watch Browns Cardinals.
Sicko.
Yeah, I would be tickled to watch a Browns Cardinals game.
Watch Browns Cardinals.
So instead of it's two nations coming together in one of the most electric and historic stadiums where Pele and Maradona won World Cups in the history of world soccer with the entire globe watching, instead of that, I should pose to you Deshaun Watson versus Jacoby Brissett.
In Greece.
And he's in.
I'm down. I am down. Can't wait to see Jared verse.
So Japan arrived yesterday in Music City because this is their home training site. They are going to be using Nashville SC's facilities. They held an open practice yesterday at Geodis Park. Did you go?
I did not make it out there. I knew a lot of people that did. It looked really cool. Japan, very quality squad. Of all of the teams out of Asia in this World Cup, you feel the best about Japan. They have the most potential to make a deep run. They have a very defined style of play, a longtime manager, and some very high-quality players. So, yeah, I heard it was a good time out there at Geodis Park.
We talked about this on Monday. I do wish that we had the opportunity, and for obvious reasons we weren't going to be able to host World Cup games, because that was contingent very much on the new Nissan Stadium plan, which at the time, it's crazy that it's been that many years ago that they decided on World Cup cities, because the stadium's almost done. And at that point, I don't even think they had actually passed the legislation to get the new stadium going by the time we were assigning World Cup cities.
Really? I feel like they had, and their whole promise,
I think they were trying to get it across the finish line because of the World Cup.
Yeah. I think, if I remember correctly, the promise to FIFA was that the stadium is expected to be ready by the World Cup. That's if I'm remembering that correctly.
And that may well have been the promise without the actual legislation to push it. To actually say, okay, you can break ground on this thing.
It would have been really hard to pull off.
Yeah.
It just would have been too many moving parts, unfortunately.
I am excited about the World Cup. Robert, I get it. But it's one of those things, and I almost hesitate to talk about it this way, Lucas, because I do think you're right with a lot of people. I don't think it's just Robert. I can be like this sometimes. I'm sure we all can, to a certain extent, depending on what the subject matter is. If somebody tells you over and over again, here's why you should like this thing, you're going to like this thing. I promise you're going to love this thing. At a certain point, you shrug your shoulders and say, whatever. Yeah. I've lived this long without it. Why do I need it?
Human nature.
But if you walk into anything, whether it be World Cup, hockey in Middle Tennessee, whatever thing that you may not think is going to be for you, if you just go out and find the places, because there will be places everywhere where people are taking this thing in and enjoying it, and see the communal aspects of it. Some of my best college memories are watching World Cup games at bars.
You would have been in college in 2014, the 2014 Brazil World Cup.
Yeah. It was
that Belgium game, Tim Howard's Secretary of Defense performance.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just one of the most, and I had
Which
a
we
lot
lost, but it was electric.
I was the only one of my friends that wasn't really into soccer, if I'm being completely honest with you, because at the high school that we went to, big soccer program, Indiana's always had good soccer teams. One of our buddies won a national championship at Notre Dame playing soccer, so it's a very soccer-based community. So they got me into the World Cup. That was the first time. I was in Europe for another World Cup. I think that was the, was it Zidane?
2006 was the Italy-France final. It was in Germany.
I was in Germany at that time visiting my dad. My dad was stationed in Hamburg at the time.
Yeah, pretty much the only time I ever saw my dad cry was that day, in a good way.
Really?
That's crazy.
Italy winning 2006 World Cup.
Oh, man, I don't know if I ever saw my dad cry.
Yeah, my dad passed a kidney stone one time, and he was like,
not emotion, just searing visceral pain.
And that's a tough dude. He used to get drunk and
Siri just
Oh,
Just
sorry,
piped
Siri.
up on me.
Oh, mine did too.
Whoa, shut up.
Didn't we try that bit one time and Siri wouldn't cooperate? Like you tried to have Siri answer a question on a microphone?
What's the things that people have around their house? Is it
Alexa?
Alexa, Alexa, add prescription A or preparation H to my shopping list.
That's right.
So everyone's gonna. You're welcome, preparation H.
We'll do your ads.
Have y'all ever had a hernia?
No.
Oh,
That's not a hernia. That's hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids. It's like a little piece of glass. Like you're like, oh my, what is this? And you just got to get over it. I've had way more hernias than I should have at 32.
Hemorrhoids.
I need my cream.
615-737-1045 is the number. Let's start with Brian in Nashville.
Hey, what's up, guys? So I feel like every time the World Cup comes around, casuals like me do this whole thing with the U.S. men's soccer team where we kind of go, we don't even put our best athletes in soccer. It doesn't, we kind of make that excuse. But I figured go with like a fun question with you guys. Any athlete, any sport from the U.S., what do you think would be the best athletes that if they chose soccer over the sport that they did, they would have been phenomenal? And mine would be, what if LeBron James was a goalie?
Thank you for the call. I feel you may disagree. I feel like LeBron's talents would be wasted in goal. I feel like there's a lot better uses of LeBron James. Maybe not on a soccer pitch, but
LeBron's the first name people throw out there. The reality is you're not going to find many 6'9" soccer players anywhere, even in goal.
So we should be talking about wide receivers.
Yes.
We should be talking about running backs.
Yep.
We should be talking about point guards.
Yes, 100%.
We should be talking about
like Jalen Brunson. I could see Jalen Brunson in another life, another universe, being an elite
because that's the
midfielder.
more fun way to play the game.
Yeah.
If you take the best athlete that we have, and he's not the best athlete that we have right now, LeBron, he's just one of the best athletes you've ever seen in your lifetime. And I don't even know that I would but I would take Steph Curry on a soccer pitch over LeBron James because you're talking about hand-eye coordination, you're talking about shiftiness, you're talking about the ability to hit your shot from whatever. Now, I don't know if he can do it with his feet, the way that he can do it with his basketball shot, with his three-pointer, but I think by that logic, well, Tyreek's just fast as hell.
Tyreek as a winger would just be a nightmare to deal with.
Wasn't Odell Beckham or still a huge soccer fan?
Huge.
Like
him and who's the soccer player that he's very good friends with? That he was at one of the London games with this year.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Odell would have made a great soccer player.
Neymar. I think him and Neymar are like
they
buddies.
tight? Okay,
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Nice.
Devon A-Chan. A-Chain.
Yeah. Any like speed, quick change of direction. Again, the question that you don't know is like the technical ability with the ball at your feet, like your touch, all of these things. But yeah, for sure. LeBron is the one that everybody, what if LeBron, what if Gronk? Like, no, those guys would not
Big,
be good
fast,
soccer.
strong. If you want to know how Gronk would do in anything but what Gronk does for a living or did for a living, watch him try and stop that touchdown from the Miracle in Miami.
Exactly. Yeah.
He looked like you and me out there.
No, Gronk would get diced up out there.
Somebody said King Henry would be a beast.
Maybe rugby would be more of Henry.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't. Derek, a change of direction. He tried a bunch of that crap when he was first starting out in the league, like running sideline to sideline. Just was not an effective strategy for him at that size in the NFL. And then when he finally had the famous conversation, right, with Eddie George, and then he's just bulldozing people. Philly Mike, been a while.
Hey, guys. How you doing, man?
Doing well. Thanks for calling.
Pretty good. Hey, Lucas, my oldest daughter is treating me early Father's Day gift. We're going to Philadelphia to see Ecuador versus the Ivory Coast on Sunday, June 14th at the Link. So I'm looking forward to it. And this will be obviously my first World Cup game. And I worked in Germany back in 2012 in a sales capacity, and I followed Dortmund from the Bundesliga, so I got a chance to watch all those teams over there. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And who should I pull for, man? I'm pulling for the brothers from the Ivory Coast, but how is Ecuador, man? How have those guys been over the past couple World Cups? And I'll hang up and listen, man. Thanks.
Mike,
Thanks for the call, Mike.
That's awesome.
Enjoy.
You guys are going to have such a good time. Ecuador is a better team than Ivory Coast, I would say. They'll be favored in that game. They've been one of the rising squads out of South America for sure as of late. Their youth development has grown in leaps and bounds. Ivory Coast is scrappy, couple quality players. They're just hoping to get out of the group however they can. Ecuador is the type of team that you could see making a quarterfinal kind of run. Ecuador will be favored in that game. So if you're trying to root for the more likely winner, I would say Ecuador. Moises Caicedo, one of the better young players, one of the most expensive players in the history of soccer, playing for Chelsea. But y'all are going to have an awesome time.
Devin Hester.
Yeah.
It's a good submission from the chat.
See,
it's
that
Rodney
made-
on the chat.
That made me think of busts that should have played another sport. Like John Ross would have been.
Devin Hester made you think of busts?
No. Like, he's a good player.
Oh,
but
you're saying like guys that busted in the NFL that should have gone a different direction.
Like, oh, yeah, John Ross was a top 10 pick, but he really didn't do anything.
Right. He
Like,
just ran fast.
Should have just ran track.
Jalen Rager or, like anybody like that.
Rager's still around, isn't he?
He is bopping around. I believe he just signed a deal with somebody. I can't remember who the hell he's playing for now. Miami. Yeah, everybody that just stinks. Any wide receiver who just sucks, go play in Miami. Poor Malik Willis.
I want Malik to do well, but I'm scared for him.
He when your best tight end option is Greg Dulcich.
It's not a great situation.
You're in trouble.
NWI, he's still down there?
NWI is
he's
starting for the Colts.
Oh, that's right.
He's a cult killer
Forgot
or
about that.
a Titan killer.
Can you guys
Him and Arden
name?
Key.
Can you guys name the starting wide receivers for the Miami Dolphins?
No, I'm not even. No shot.
Two
No
of them are free agents. One of them had been there previously, or it had been on his rookie deal still.
Oh, no, I don't think I could.
Jalen Tolbert from Dallas. Tutu Atwell from the Rams. Malik Washington, who was a sixth pick
Washington's
from,
a-
I believe, Virginia.
That sounds right.
Everyone else is a rookie. Like, they got Caleb Douglas, Chris Bell, Kevin Coleman Jr., all these other dudes they've
Apparently, Chris Bell looks good. Just like our buddy Marcel that covers the Dolphins for ESPN. He had some very glowing things to say about Chris Bell, who's coming off an injury from Louisville. if I
Yeah,
remember.
that's correct. It was a surprise that he lasted until the third round, where the Dolphins got him.
Somebody on YouTube says Messi couldn't play cornerback, but he could cook every NFL player alive in 10 seconds on the pitch. I mean, yeah, he's doing that to soccer players.
38 years old, playing in Auburn tonight.
Him
at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Him taking a picture with Marcel Reed.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why I wanted to talk about Japan coming to Nashville, because just all these little moments of the intersections of these various cultures from across the world and the United States, like,
yep.
Auburn.
And it's not unprecedented.
And Texas A&M.
We've hosted a World Cup before, but the internet didn't really exist.
Yeah.
So this is different.
You
We're getting to
experience
see it all in real time.
much different way. It's delightful. 615-737-1045 is how you jump in. We'll get back to the phone calls a little later on. We talked about unanswered quarterback questions in the NFC. We'll do the AFC, including Cam Ward and the Titans, coming up next.
So as we throw out unanswered questions about quarterback situations across the NFL, we've checked off probably the most interesting ones. In the NFC, we certainly left some out. We did not mention the Falcons situation with Michael Penix and Tua Tagovailoa. Vikings is a little bit interesting. We didn't mention the Seahawks situation on if there's going to be any retooling to Sam Darnold's contract after leading them to a Super Bowl. But everybody here cares way more about another quarterback in particular, being Cam Ward. So, have y'all read this? Do you know what the number one question Dan Graziano had for Cam Ward? Don't look it up. What is your number one unanswered question for the Titans quarterback situation?
Me?
Yeah. If you're Dan Graziano writing this article.
Oh, if I'm Dan.
Yeah, if you're Dan. Put yourself in the shoes of a national NFL insider asking a question about the Titans QB situation.
Can he take a meaningful leap under Brian Dable? Right?
Correct.
That would be the larger theme discussion. Is that what Dan is picking here?
That is what he is picking. Okay. He asks, what will Brian Dable be able to do for Cam Ward? He says the former Giants coach who spearheaded the team's draft pursuit of Dart in 2025, I add parenthetically, he wanted to spearhead their pursuit of Cam Ward in 2025. Dable, now Tennessee's OC. As such, he is tasked with the development of Ward, who was the number one pick in that same draft, showed a lot of promise his rookie year. He does mention that the Giants made an effort to trade up for Ward, but the Titans weren't selling. Tennessee's hope, Graziano writes, is that Ward makes the kind of jump Allen did early in his career when Dable was the offensive coordinator in Buffalo, or he has the kind of season Daniel Jones had in Dable's first season with the Giants. The Titans added a lot to their disappointing wide receiver room in the hopes of building something quickly around Ward. Dable's resume tells us he should be able to identify Ward's strengths and weaknesses, designing a playbook that helps him thrive as early as this season.
Well, yeah, because Dable wants another job.
Yes.
Dable wants to be a head coach. So
the expectation, talented quarterback, number one pick with a lot of promise, offensive coordinator and play caller that has elevated the last, I don't know, we'll say 3-4 quarterbacks he's worked with in the NFL. The expectation is that trend continues with Cam Ward, and that's obviously the hope for Titans fans.
Yes. And I would say that's, you could look at it nationally from that perspective. I would also look at it locally from that perspective. Because Ramon came in here and I think gave probably the best evaluation of Cam's circumstance that I have heard anybody give. Did you pick up on this?
Go ahead.
That he basically needs to be a passenger princess. That if they're to turn this thing around, that he can't be the one doing all the heavy lifting. That Cam Ward, it's almost an impossibility, and I'm not really expecting anybody to look at him this way, and I don't look at him this way, but as a number one overall pick at quarterback, you are not going to look at that player in whatever year he's in, rookie year, second year, whatever it be, and say, it's okay if you're a role player for this team. But I think it's okay if he's more of a role player than he is the facilitator. Now, you can be both role player and facilitator at the quarterback position, right? But you don't have to be. This is the thing that Bo Hardigree got killed for last year when he said it, and I thought it made all the sense in the world. And in fact, I think this is how the Titan staff with Brian Dable are looking at Cam right now. Do you remember the Hardigree quote about Clark Kent and Superman?
No.
I know he can be Superman, talking about Cam, but sometimes I need him to be Clark Kent. I need him to do the monotonous, the boring, the routine. I need him to fine-tune that, get that down, because I know he can do the Superman stuff, like the throw to Ellick against the Rams, the extending of the plays, the crazy arm angles, all these different things. I know that's there. That's fine. That's in part why they drafted you number one overall. But I need you to be more routine as a player as well.
The PC way to say that would be system quarterback, which has been a derogatory term to fans for a long time, misappropriating that term as being, oh, he's not good enough to lead the team. He just needs to play within the constructs of the offense. And it's not a bad thing. That's not like a black eye.
Every quarterback is a system quarterback. Every one of them. Can they do things outside the system that make them spectacular? Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen. Yes. Josh Allen didn't win that. Do you remember did you watch much of that Jags-Bills playoff game? I did, because I thought the Jags were going to win. I thought the Jags were going to be in the Super Bowl this year. Josh Allen didn't beat the Jags by being superhero Josh Allen. he kind of paper cut them to death.
Yep.
It was as efficient a Josh Allen performance as you've ever seen, and he didn't do the spectacular in it. He just went out there and won a ball game. He didn't have to go Super Saiyan mode. Sometimes you need to go Super Saiyan mode. So the question with Cam is, all right, can you do the basic stuff well? Because I know you can do the extraterrestrial stuff on occasion.
Elsewhere in the AFC, I love this one for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are we really doing this again? Is the question that Graziano poses. Like, we don't need to explain it. Don't need to read the blurb.
Go ahead and say something nasty. Go ahead and say something nasty now that Ramon's not here.
Yes.
Not here to bear hug the life out of you.
Yes. Just keep reading, Lucas, as I sit over here in my chair.
Okay, I'll do this for you.
What are you doing? No, I don't like this at all.
Graziano, keep your mic on.
No, keep your hands above above the desk.
Hand check. All right.
They're
on my head.
He writes, there isn't a playoff-type team that has taken the quarterback position less seriously than the Steelers have over the past 3 years.
Yes.
Please don't look like that.
It says his hands are on his head.
Oh, Lord.
For the listening audience.
No, don't stop.
It's as if the Kenny Pickett first-round flop broke their will, and they've decided it's just not worth it to try for real answers.
God, that's good stuff.
Back in 23, they started Pickett, Trubisky, and Rudolph at various points, went 10-7, finished third in the division, lost in the first round of the playoffs. In 24, they went with the Fields-Wilson combo, went 10-7, second in the division.
Slow down.
And lost in the first round of the playoffs.
I don't like this at all.
Last year, they passed on the likes of Sam Darnold and Smith in free agency, signed 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, went 10-7, finished first in their division, Robert, and lost.
Just gloss over that. Get back to the bad stuff.
He's already smoking a cigarette. It's too late. He's already climaxed.
I need my post-coital.
It has been 10 years since the Steelers have won a playoff game. And the frustration got to be too much for Mike Tomlin, who stepped down after 19 seasons. In came Mike McCarthy, and the Steelers are going in this time with a 42-year-old Rodgers, who's coming off the most meh season in the history of meh. They also have Will Howard, who was their 6th-round pick in 25, and Drew Aller, their 3rd-rounder. Rudolph is still around, too. The overall roster looks better than it did a year ago, but the coaching change and the refusal to look anywhere else but Rodgers for a QB solution make Pittsburgh feel like a franchise whose ceiling is well established at this point.
And while I could bask in their nothingness at quarterback, they did sweep the Ravens last year.
I think their offense outside of him is going to be fun to watch. Should be fun to watch if they had a better quarterback. Like, I looked at what they did this offseason and I was like, okay, for the first time in I don't know how many years since Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, I want to watch a Steelers offense.
I mean, the addition of Michael Pittman, they went out and got Rico Dowdle, who is probably more of a prototypical Steelers running back than Jalen Warren is. Also giving a huge contract to Darnell Washington. I believe he is the highest paid blocking tight end in the NFL now. But heavy investment into offense when that hasn't really been their MO. They still have the most expensive defense in the NFL.
You don't have to heavily invest to come out to the Split Happens Bowling Bash, July 16th at Eastside Bowl, hanging out with us, Buck, Robert, myself. $40. That's it for 3 hours of bowling and good times. Plenty of food and drink options at one of the coolest locations in Music City. Please come out and see us. We're going to have a ton of fun. 1045thezone.com is where you can get tickets. Also, scan the code during the break on the F&M Bank chat, 1045 The Zone TV.
Bowling, they've got pool, they've got an arcade game room. They were working on the arcade games when we were there shooting some promotional videos. We tried to put Lucas and Robert in one of those ride-along quarter, what was it, an airplane?
I believe so, yes.
An airplane?
Similar to JJ.
Yeah, it wasn't moving.
We tried to put that quarter in. It just kept
spat that quarter right back out. I said no.
My fat ass sat down and it was like, whoa, no. You got to. What did Eddie Murphy say in Dr. Dolittle when the pig walked in his apartment? He's like, you got to get your fat ass out of here.
Dr. Dolittle reference.
Such a good movie.
We have not talked about this question very much this offseason about the Chargers. Graziano asks, what will the Mike McDaniel offense do for Justin Herbert? He points out Tua's QBR shooting up from 2021 to 2022, McDaniel's first year as the Dolphins head coach, that Tua led the league in passer rating, yards per attempt, and yards per completion that year. The following season.
Think about how far removed we are from that with Tua, though.
In 23, he led the league in passing yards. In 24, he led the league in completion percentage. Miami obviously didn't have that sort of success. That's why McDaniel is no longer there. But it is pretty well accepted, he writes, that Herbert offers more athletic upside than Tagovailoa. So it's exciting to imagine what McDaniel can do to unlock Justin Herbert.
This is the last year I bet on the Chargers. I don't actually bet on the Chargers, but I just mean every year I come in with an NFL offseason darling, and every year it feels like it's the Chargers.
How much does he lean into the run game aspect, I wonder?
All the way. I mean, that's what he does. It's not his renown as an offensive mind is not for what he can do necessarily in the passing game. He was in San Francisco because Shanahan did the passing game and he did the run game. Like a lot of those diverse looks, a lot of those positionless looks that we talked about earlier with Debo and Kittle and Ayuk and Juszczyk and all the different pieces, parts, and toys that they essentially had to play with in San Francisco. The diversity of their run game was because of, in large part, because of McDaniels. I mean, how good was the Dolphins' rushing offense towards the end of the year? Like the Dolphins kind of came back a little bit. I know that they did not finish well and did not, make the playoffs or anything like that. But towards the end of the year, you were talking about the Dolphins and their run game as being highly effective.
Yep.
I think that if in a perfect scenario, you get Justin Herbert putting up, I don't want to say Tannehill, like peak Tannehill numbers, because peak Tannehill was, that 2020 season, Tannehill was excellent. But like some of Tannehill's best games were because Derek would have just a ridiculous performance and Ryan Tannehill would end up being like 17 of 24 for 2 touchdowns, a rushing score, and 180 yards or something like that. Like I think if they could do that with Herbert and Herbert just be a more extreme version of that, they're going to club people's heads in.
And what were their big additions akin to the McDaniel tree? In the run game, they went out and got explosive running back Keaton Mitchell, who will be secondary to Omarion Hampton. But they also drafted Brennan Thompson, speedster, out of Mississippi State in the 4th round. If you've watched any of the offseason content the Chargers put out, Mike McDaniel had wanted posters all over the Chargers facility ahead of free agency with Keaton Mitchell's face on it. I want him. He was an RFA. He wasn't really going to be a free agent. The Ravens outright cut him. They rewarded him with a sizable contract for what had been an RB3. Same thing around the draft. Brennan Thompson. I want him. So he is already going and grabbing the guys that he needs to run the system and the speed elements that can create threats vertically and horizontally. The big question for me, what was the Chargers' biggest issue, albeit due to injury, last year on offense?
Offensive line.
It was awful. It was one of the worst units fielded. And again, they
Titans
lost.
legend Austin Deculus.
He is your backup left tackle currently. Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt both went down due to injury. They completely redid their interior offensive line, drafting Jake Slaughter, who was one of the better center prospects in the league. They let him know he would be playing left guard because they went out and signed Tyler Biotish, who the Commanders let go. They also brought in Cole Strange, who was an outright free agent, I believe, after Miami picked him up and put him on the practice squad. He started a number of games for Miami last year. Nothing about that interior of the offensive line makes me feel comfortable. None of those guys are real league winners. We don't really know what Slaughter is yet. He was an All-American at only 21 years old, but still yet to be heralded in the NFL. If I had a question about the Chargers, it would be, can this offensive line deal with the attrition of the natural NFL flow? Can they hold up? And if they can, or can't rather, who is going to step in? Because if you're asking Trey Pipkins to start at left tackle again, it is not going to be feasible to run this McDaniel offense.
Last call for phone calls if you got them. We'll wrap up the show coming up next. All right, this is a conversation that feels worth bringing to air. Welcome back to the show. We'll wrap up here in just a second with your phone calls. If you've got phone calls to wrap us up here with, if you don't get in with us, Blaine and Zach coming up next. We were just talking about the merits of TSA PreCheck, Clear, and Global Entry, which is the international version of TSA PreCheck. And the two of you were bemoaning the situation for various reasons because you are both in relationships, but you are in a relationship where one person has TSA PreCheck and the other doesn't.
Correct. I am the person that has it.
And
Megan
I'm the
does not.
person that don't.
So Cheyenne has it, you don't.
Correct.
And so, Lucas, do you go in the line with Megan despite having TSA PreCheck?
Of course I do.
Robert, does Cheyenne go in the line with you despite you not having TSA PreCheck?
Yes. She stays in the long ass line with me. But she lets me know every time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I could have went through Clear, check, TSA.
If I'm dating somebody and you don't have TSA PreCheck or Clear, I'm going.
Yeah, we know.
We know, buddy.
I'm 100%
okay, buddy.
going.
We know. It's not the flex you think it is.
I'm not saying it's a flex. I'm out. I'm going to get coffee. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm having a lovely time. I'm going to get something to read from the little magazine stand because I like to actually read books as opposed to the Kindle. I don't like the Kindle.
I bet you're also hanging out in the lounge. You're like, oh, you're not a United member? Sorry, I'll be in the, what's the coolest flight lounge?
Oh, the
to hang
Delta
out?
Lounge.
That's what, okay,
The
Delta Lounge. You're probably hanging, I can bring you out a water.
Or the American Express Lounge. American Express Lounge, a good lounge too.
Every time I try to sneak in there, they act like, "Oh, this is such a big deal. You don't have this. You can't be in here."
Well,
I'm just trying to
you
get
don't
a free.
pay for those things. You get out of there.
Yeah, well,
Get your poor ass out of there.
Okay, but I need to try it. I need to try it first to know if I like it or not.
That's
They don't
not
have
the way
like
that
a
it works.
They don't have like a trial membership.
Yeah, your trial membership is your credit score.
I'm
not saying anything about your credit score specifically, but I'm saying that you have to get one of those cards to be able to get in there.
I have a pretty good. My mom set me up for success. She had a credit card for me when I was went to college, and she just was like, "Just pay your bills on this credit card," and it helped me out a ton. If you got kids out there, go ahead and get them a credit card and ruin their credit.
People commenting on this is why I am perpetually single. Yeah, I don't care.
He also doesn't hold the door for them. It's actually the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, you should see this man. Just
In
letting
fact,
the doors
quite the
just
opposite.
slamming
I
in people's
slam the
face.
door.
My entry is
slam the
important.
door. No, I expect the door to be held for me. No, I'm kidding.
Puka says, which is why Buck has a revolving door girlfriend.
It's true. It's true. It's not going to stop me. There's nothing you can do.
I've never seen somebody so proud to die alone. Like, you can beat your chest about it now, buddy. I'm just saying, once you're 65.
Once I can get away with it at 32. At 65, it's going to be a little harder.
It's not long before it just becomes sad.
I just have,
way, my lady.
I just have to be rich.
Yeah. We'll see how that tune changes at 45 years old.
All I have to do is be rich and I'll be okay. I think that's how it's going to work. But no, even then, there's just nothing you can do to get me to wait in a standard security line anymore.
We know, buddy. We know. Phil is up next.
What up, Phil?
Hey, what's up, boys? Just wanted to call and see if you guys had seen any of these videos of the commotion in New York last night after the game let out. Appears like a lot of people wearing Spurs apparel, at least 4 videos I've seen, were like basically bounty hunted throughout the streets and assaulted from multiple different angles. I'm not a big NBA guy, but, I've been kind of paying attention, obviously, with the Knicks making the run that they're making and kind of was pulling for them up until this point. But it seems like the fans are really doing a disservice to what little respect I had for the league. I really only pay attention to basketball and
Phil, it's got nothing to do with basketball. Have you ever been to an Eagles game?
Oh, for sure. Oh, we can talk about Philly fandom for forever.
It's Philly. It's the Raiders historically at the old Raiders Stadium situation. We're famous for this. Yeah, don't wear a Spurs jersey in New York.
It was messy after the game.
Well, and not just for I honestly I didn't see anything specifically with Spurs fans. I saw them getting into fights with the NYPD
and each other. Yeah,
It's
everybody fighting everybody.
could get it. You know what I'm saying? Like if the Knicks are winning, crime is at a historic low in the city of New York. If the Knicks lose, people go crazy.
I didn't know Messi was a Knicks fan.
I mean, he's been to some NBA games, I think, since he came over to Miami. I don't know. He may be an Auburn fan after tonight.
Look at that dumb smile on your face, shoehorning that joke in there.
Do you know how many times we say the phrase messy and I fight it off?
Oh, I know.
Inside
it's
of
me.
me.
It's like the Green Goblin mask.
I know.
Speaking to you.
Come back.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm callous to this, but I feel like you can't be wearing a Spurs jersey in New York City right now. I think that's on you. Like you're basically signing up for harassment. Robert, would you welcome with open arms a Pittsburgh Steelers fan sitting in your section when you go to Ravens games?
I've sat next to him before. I don't have a problem with other fans. Other fans have a problem with me.
I don't even think it has to be the San Antonio Spurs. You show up wearing Spurs on your boots, you're going to get it in New York. Are those Spurs?
You in the wrong state, cowboy.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say with those Spurs?
You showed up in a Tottenham Spurs jersey, you're going to get it in New York right now.
I think you could be wearing a Sixers jersey and get your ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care. It's just you're walking through, rabid Knicks fans don't wear the jersey. That's on you. All right, some rapid fire polls, please, at your convenience.
Dang it.
Was that accidental?
I didn't mean to click.
It kind of worked.
I didn't mean to click that.
Presented by Two Rivers Ford. Knicks in 5, 6, or 7, or Spurs. There you go. Majority vote is 46% to Knicks in 6.
Okay.
Second most votes say Spurs win the series with 43%.
Interesting.
Do you care how much money Pat McAfee makes? 93% say no.
Yeah, I'm good.
Fair or foul, multiple conferences considering not scheduling Texas Tech in any sport. 88% say yes, it's fair.
Talk more about that tomorrow. I was listening to an interesting college basketball conversation about the impact of Brendan Sorsby across collegiate sports. So it's something that's, basically until assuming he gets ruled ineligible again, it's a talking point.
Here, right on time, is another statement from Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark, who has had many conversations with his constituents, I suppose.
My constituents.
He says, quote, "We had a thoughtful and productive conversation with our athletic directors today as we continue to work through the broader implications of this situation. Many of our athletic directors voiced their opinions. We will continue to have open and honest dialogue amongst the group, and until there is something to report, these conversations will remain within the conference." That is 2 statements by Brett Yormark, 0 things actually said.
You know
so
what
far.
I would do? If I was them, I would make them pay to play. It's like, oh, you paid so your quarterback can play, but if you want to play a Big 10 or Big 12, whatever the hell it is, schedule, then you got to pay every member of this conference to get your ticket in. Everybody else is on the docket. Everybody else is on the list to get in a party, but you have to pay everybody else so you can play.
You got a cover charge.
Tell them, bring me my money.
They got the resources. Those the polls?
Yep.
Very good. That's going to do it for us today. Robert and I are off prime time tonight, so we will reconvene on all things. We'll talk a little more Titans because they were on the practice field today with Nick Suss tomorrow morning. See you then.